system, but we're live right now. Sorry.
Okay, well, if you can now hear the sound of my voice, then you are on LSD, not the mind-altering substance that will allow you to commune with your inner self. No, you're on the podcast network. You are on the channel, The Lonely Screen Delicatessen. With me, as always, the Pinoy Boy Toy, Mike Noveloso. And tonight, who I consider one of the most exciting frontmen on the scene right now. If there's two guys that I would go see, and I just said this in the intro a moment ago, but I'll say it again. If there's two guys that I'm going to go see, guaranteed if they're playing on the same night, I'm going to get to both fucking shows. As far as like a vocalist that is entertaining and fun to watch, and a vocalist that, as a singer, inspires me to like up my shit, it's this man right here and Michael Morrison. But this man is Andrew Alonso, the front man, the lead singer of Sons of a Tradesman. Dude, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you
Quite
sound
the
good.
I sound good too. Jeez, I was
It's
nervous,
all
bro.
working.
I was nervous. As soon as I started talking, it was gonna fuck up.
So the last time I spoke to you was a couple weeks ago, and a lot has happened in the fucking world. A lot has happened in the COVID. A lot has happened with riots and fucking protests and fucking outrage, and police shot more people, and other people got mad about it. And so there's been a whole new, essentially, set of fucking catalysts to bring us further down the weird rabbit hole of life. How have you been? What have you been doing? What have the Sons of a Tradesman been doing throughout?
Fucking surviving.
Oh, turning into a robot again.
Yeah.
It's robot Alonso on the show. Do you have like the iPhone like headphones that you can like?
Yeah, you got like a basic pair of headphones.
The wired ones. So while we're waiting for that, let's I'm gonna explain a few things here. So we're actually trying a new platform too. We're going on Discord now. We're doing our shows there because it's a little bit more stable, and we actually have the ability to take callers. So if anybody wants to call in and ask us a question, go ahead and
We'll talk some shit. Whatever.
yeah, we'll talk some shit, whatever. Like
You want to talk some shit? You want to like tell us something?
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. If you got something to say, you got some
Radio.
shit to get out of your chest,
Yeah.
get it off your chest. Yeah, whatever,
So-
whatever it might be.
Yeah, we can do that now too. Just there's a link in the description below that that is a link to our Discord server, and all you have to do is click on that if you need to download Discord, whatever. Like it's pretty simple to use. If you need help, I'm sorry.
I was able to get going with the help of only my wife, and we're still married, so that should
Yeah.
tell you something about how easy it is to utilize.
Yes, I only have the patience to help my co-host out as far as figuring it out. If you can't figure it out, sorry, you can't be a caller. That's it. Uh, but yeah, if you want to do that, it's literally as simple as coming onto our Discord server, typing in the general chat that you want to, like the questions you have or whatever, and I'll see if that's like
Shooting the chit with us.
what's that? Oh yeah.
And shooting the chit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll move you to the caller waiting room if I like, or not if I like, or if we're like, okay, yeah, we can talk to that person, and then I'll get us to a point where we can take a caller, and then then we'll move you into the live show call, and yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you're spicy.
I can hear you perfectly, but not see you.
Yes.
Fucking damn. Alright, hold
That's
on.
okay. That's okay.
I'm
He's-
working on it.
He's on the computer now, so.
Yeah, I'm on the computer, but I'm trying to see if I can use my computer as an audio source and my phone as a video source.
Oh, that's rough.
I know.
That's rough, man.
Well, I didn't think these headphones are nice, bro. They're brand new, good gaming headphones. I'm not understand. But there's a fucking myriad of settings. Like, the headphones have a fucking app. You know what I mean? Then I got a Discord app.
Oh man, that would drive me nuts. I can't do it.
I
I
don't
can't do it.
I don't like gaming headphones. I think they're trash. All of them. That's just my opinion.
when I have to download an app like for my kid's school or like for the alarm system in my house, I just give my phone to my wife and I'm just like, I can't do it. I don't know. I have no patience for that shit.
Yeah.
Can you not hear me now?
No, we can hear you
Oh yeah,
fine.
You can hear me good?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right, this is what we're gonna do then.
Okay,
Alright, good.
I like it. Perfecto.
Good, good, good.
So
All
you
right,
asked,
so
What?
you asked me what we've been doing. You said right.
yeah, yes.
So I would call it. I'd call it a little better than surviving. You know, we're back to playing some shows. Studios are back open, so we're back to writing and recording. Right now, recording wise, we're working on a full length album, 10 songs. About 5 of them down so far. But we're back to playing, I'd say, a good 3 to 4 times a month, so that's been great. We're playing at Crazy Uncle Mike's. We're playing at Matthews Brewing. We're playing at Connolly's. We're playing at Johnny Brown's the 11th, which is what, it's Friday, right? Yeah, Friday.
Yep.
We're playing at Johnny Brown's in Delray for the first time, so we're fortunate in that regard.
Yep.
As far personally, bro, I've just been chilling, spending time with the family, spending time with the wifey, playing video games, enjoying my herbal supplies, trying to be a little less on Facebook. I feel like I went and did all my research and I put it all out there and shit for people to see, and then now as new stuff comes up, it's just like I'm kind of fucking over it. So I picked this hat to wear.
What does the hat say?
It says "fuck this shit" on it. I got it at a church bake sale.
Yes. Let's
Horrendous.
see.
They're selling pop brownies and hand jobs out.
Our holy mother of squirt. Fucking so that's great that you guys have stayed active amid all the fucking craziness, man. A lot of bands have had, to say the least, problems, you know what I mean, like throughout. So I'm glad to see there's like brave ass soldiers like still fucking running and gunning and getting it done. And like that
Yeah.
shit is so important to maintaining not only like your own shit but like a scene. You know what I mean? You got to have flag bearers, torch bearers, and shit like that.
Oh, for sure, man. And I feel like we've always been very fortunate to have a brand of a following. You know what I mean? I feel like the people that are down for us hard. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we had people from Boca come to see us in Punta Gorda at that drive-in festival that we did, which was fucking awesome. Like
Nice.
that gave me hope for live music going forward in the festival scene. Like they lit in the first, I think, like 300 cars, and then they gave you like 15 feet to the left where you could set up a tent and chairs and a fucking barbecue grill and BYOB and whatever the fuck, and it was great, man. People
Nice.
were stoked to come out, and the thing was is that they didn't give a fuck who was playing. They
Right.
just wanted to go out. So I mean, as a new band like us, you know, that's going to be going on the road for the first time. We were supposed to be out on the road when COVID happened. So our first time out on the road will be after COVID. And I think that in a way it could be beneficial to us because people are just going to want to see music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Excited, man. I'm excited.
It's outstanding.
Yeah, dude.
So speaking of
So-
playing out,
Yeah.
there was why you're on the show now is because you had a post on Facebook about or you were responding to a post or something about live venues, right? And you wanted to speak your piece, so to speak, right?
Yeah, man. It's just because I've seen it. I've seen it multiple times, and I've seen it from a lot of places that I wouldn't think I would have seen it. You know what I mean? It's like I've been doing what I can, working closely with places like Crazy Uncle Mike's, places like Connolly's. You know, are what I consider to be like our home bars since quarantine started. Like if you guys remember, I did a whole big. We did some live streams at Crazy Uncle Mike's for the Corona Fest. We went and ran our own live stream at Connolly's. We promoted the to-go food and stuff like that. Chris and I went and ate chicken wings in the back of his truck one day to promote Connolly's. You know, we were just trying to do whatever we can to be good to the places that were there for us. You know, when we needed them.
Sure.
And so, like, continuing going forward and still working with these places and and trying to do the best that we can when it comes to the different phases and all the different shit that the fucking government throws at them as far as how to operate and how many people are allowed in and what time they're allowed in. And now it's masked for everyone, and it's masked when you're not sitting down, and it's masked when you are sitting down, not having anything to drink or whatever the fuck it might be. You're not allowed to dance now. You know what I mean? So as that changes, we try and get the information as far in advance as possible. We make posts from the band page, the rules. I made a post from my personal page saying if anybody came out to one of my shows and acted like a dickhead and was the main cause of um who's getting in trouble, like we were gonna have personal fucking problems. It's like, this isn't a time for people to be making their moral stands or their political points. Like we're trying to save the places that are be allowed to be open, and to shame those places, okay, for being fortunate enough to be open and being able to operate and being able to give people jobs and being able to pay guys like me whose 9 to 5 is still closed, who hasn't gotten a dollar of unemployment, who hasn't gotten any fucking stimulus checks or anything like that. And I filed a 3911 with the IRS, and I call and I hit two and everything the fuck else that you're supposed to do, okay, before anybody gives me that. I'm in the Facebook groups and everything else. I'm trying to get my free money. But to see people get mad at places that are just trying to do what they can, you know what I mean? And I know there's some places, like obviously the Blue Point up there has been a topic of discussion, and they're on a county line and blah 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 blah. And they're taking advantage of a situation, but you know what, man? Like, and the time that we're living in, who knows how long they got to be open. If that was me, I'd be fucking stuffing my pockets too, just in case they come and chain my door. And it's the United fucking States. Like if somebody wants to drive from Delray to go to Blue Point because they want to go and piss around and whatever, and that's a potential risk to them, then fucking go for it, man. We take all kinds of active risk all the time, bro. Can't tell you how many people I fucking thrown out of bathrooms at bars I've worked at for doing blow off of the back of toilets and shit like that. No more fucking risk than going to a bar, that's overcrowded. And so my main point is like to give that any energy at all, any negative energy or whatever, and to point it out as a possible cause as to why shit is still closed down. I think it's bullshit. If you want to talk about what's the reason that places are still closed down, you can read the thing that just came down from DeSantis that was proposed by our county government here as far as phase 2. That still is going to keep bars closed for God knows how fucking long. Venues are open and are able to be open, I think, in like the third tertiary phase, like within the phase or something like that. Yet, NFL's coming back this week, and they're going to allow 13,000 people in the fucking stadium. You know what I mean?
Vote him out.
But some bar and Stewart's the fucking problem. Give me a break.
Vote.
You know what I
Vote him out.
It's bureaucracy grinding fucking people into dust, man. It's bullshit over and over. I'm here in Georgia, bro. I'm in Atlanta, so a lot more is open. We're a lot more open than you guys, and it's fucking sad to see so many friends of mine going through this shit back home in South Florida. Like when there's no bodies coming out of Georgia, man. There's no more bodies coming out of Atlanta. Like
Do you want numbers?
Flu, man. It's the fucking flu. Like,
Do you want numbers? Because I've got numbers, which are
hit me with
dumb,
the numbers, man.
which are fucking stupid. So in that same like thread that you were talking about that bar in Stewart, an ex friend of mine that I used to work with that hates me because I'm not crazy liberal, right? Made the dumbest statement of, well, that's why Florida leads the nation in COVID cases.
I saw this argument.
So all I had to do was type into Google what state leads the nation. Oh, by the way, he moved from Florida to California because it's better, bluer, right? California's.
Texas right now.
Oh yeah, and all the real Californians, like people like me that were born there, right? They're leaving California because all these idiots are moving there and ruining their state. Anyway,
Yeah.
California leads the nation in cases, and my one friend made a pretty good point. It's because they have double the population of Florida and like New York, but still, they're still leading the nation. The next closest state is.
We also have a massive homeless population. How come there's not a bunch of homeless bodies in the streets if this is such
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking
Well, no. Like he was trying to make the point. Oh, Florida's irresponsible. That's why they're the worst. Florida's not even number 2.
Bro, you know
Texas.
what? Bro? What's one of my favorite things about fucking Florida is that we're irresponsible. If you
Yeah.
don't like it, fucking
No, he
leave,
did.
bro.
He's a fucking Canadian.
Disney World is open, bro.
He's
Disney World is propaganda. Open third and third. Fucking
Yes.
the biscuit just
Open them all, bro. Open them fucking all.
bars, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So
Open them all, man. It's heartbreaking to see. I watched that fucking like city council video or whatever the fuck it was where Matt went and talked to those fucking guys, Matt from Propaganda, and like fucking heartbreaking to see like so many businesses affected by this shit. It's like that old saying, the most dangerous thing about marijuana is being caught with it on your person. Like the most fucking dangerous thing about this fucking pandemic has been to like the bodies are small businesses, man. That's the fucking body count that we're gonna see, and fucking joblessness. Look, I'm by Atlanta. I'm northwest of Atlanta in the suburbs. When you go down through Atlanta to the south, there was always like, you know, a homeless guy sleeping under the overpass here or there or whatever. Now, like in any downtown, now there's little fucking cities, man. People are like, you can watch it climb. You can watch the actual effect of this shit, of all the businesses closing down. You can watch it happen. Like it's crazy. Like to see a little tent city on the south side of Atlanta as you leave the city, like it's fucking nuts, bro. Like I would have never thought it would, like, but San Francisco's had it already, this problem. Fucking LA's had this problem already. Downtown Miami's no fucking picnic. Like,
let me nerd out on some numbers again. Let me nerd out on some numbers. So California has 726,000 cases, right? But they have a population of 40 million. The next is Texas, which has a similar population to us of about 20 million, right?
But you can't even do 40 million too, because my people don't do censuses and shit.
Oh yeah,
don't do censuses.
dude.
That's true. I've never done a census in my life.
Yeah, we don't fucking. Some lady came to my door, started asking me questions. I was like, "You gotta go. You gotta go."
So I mean, it's not gonna, but it's not gonna be the difference between.
That's weird.
There's not 20 million people in Florida that aren't doing the census. I mean, there might be.
There's 15 people in a duplex.
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's true.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So I mean, it's honestly closer in population to California than people would think, right? And once again, then it's like the liberal thing where they're like, well, I mean, but they can't do this and they can't. It's like, no, you're actually being racist if you think that they can't go out and get done what they need to get done. Anyway, regard, that's a different thing. So California, 726,000. The next closest is Texas at 645,000. Then it's Florida, 637,000. Then it's New York, it was 437,000. Then it's Georgia with 277,000. So now here's the difference. So that's the top 5, right? Mm-hmm. Florida and Georgia said, no, you can fuck it. If you don't listen, you're not going to jail. And Floridians and people from Georgia are like, yeah, no, we just kind of do what we want, right? California, Texas, New York, they followed the rules. They're like the same as us, as the other people, as far as population to cases, right?
Infection.
Yeah, infection rate is around the same. It's literally like, and the other thing that somebody put on, like, I made a post about that. The other thing that somebody commented on there, it's actually really important to note, like, deaths too. And I believe, here's the thing, while like you can cut the number of infection rate like in half in California and compare that to Florida. Let's see, per 100,000 people in Florida, there's like 34 people dying, and in California it's like 54. So it's the ratio of people dying in California is much higher, and they took all the precautions, they did all the quarantines, they did all the things. But the people that are dying in California, the people that are getting it are dying, and the people in Florida that are getting it are like, no, we're good. Like at any one point, there's only like 9,000. I can get the live stats too. There's only 9,000 people hospitalized for COVID at any given time in the whole state.
How many people do you think over there have caught on fire and died from COVID here recently? A couple of them?
Oh, in California?
Yeah, like at least.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
Dude, I was telling Andrew that, like, was I telling you that, dude? It was 122 degrees in Southern California on Saturday. It was literally so hot that it was causing rolling blackouts. That's
Damn.
crazy. Yeah. Like, and in my hometown, apparently it was like 118, but that's like regular for where I lived.
People must be leaving with such frequency that they've tried to enact. I've talked about it, I think, on a previous podcast. They're trying to fucking put
The
a thing where,
retroactive tax.
yeah, where they can tax you for like up to 10 years, and for the first
Years.
3 years, they can tax you like 40% of your fucking income if you move from the state of California. What the fuck is that about?
Trump
Suck my dick.
Trump got to try and stop that.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that's crazy because you want to move.
Yeah.
That's some fucking gangster mob shit right there, bro. Look, all I can think about with this whole COVID thing, especially with these specific states that are fucked up, is the scene in Goodfellas with the restaurant. Okay, fucking because they're scared of Joe Pesci. They go to Paul Sorvino and he becomes a partner in the restaurant, right? And then fucking Ray Liotta's like, when the fucking last crate of booze has been bought and drank, when the credit cards are maxed out, when there's nothing else you can get out of the place, you bust it out. You burn it and you collect the insurance money. And fucking fuck me if that's not exactly what it looks like these fucking governors and shit are doing, where they're just like, we're in debt, we're up to our assholes in fucking poverty, we don't know how to fix the fucking place. Let's fucking just scorch the earth and build something new. We'll fucking start over, clean slate. Fuck me if that's what that doesn't remind me of. Like, this is some mafia shit where they're like, you know what? We'll run with it. We're already underwater. Drown them all, and then we'll fucking start it up again. Like, holy shit, man. Holy shit, if that's not what it seems like is going on. To the nth degree. Fucking straight up Goodfellas. My grandfather, bro, he was not like what people would typically call an intellectual, but he was a wise fucking person. And I remember him saying to me when I was a kid, the government is the biggest mafia of them all. The biggest fucking one, with his fucking Brooklynese accent. They're the worst ones because they're doing the same thing. Yeah, pay us, we'll take care of the road. Don't worry about it. You got a fire, we got you. You need a cop? Go ahead. Pay. Fucking, it's protection racket. That's the fucking whole government. Fuck that shit. Gross.
Yeah.
Did you get my message, Alonzo, about turning us down so we don't like? I think what's causing you to cut out is like the feedback. Like when we talk, it feeds back into your mic
It
and it
hasn't cut
cuts
out
you
very
off.
much though since we've been on.
Well, because we've been polite and not cross talking as much.
How's that now?
Talk
Better.
for an extended period of time.
I can talk for many extended
Yeah,
periods of time.
that is it. We figured it out.
Hey, so explain what happened with this post Mike was talking about earlier too.
No, so I mean, I feel like everything, ended up okay. You know, some people are on one side and some people are on the other side. I mean, but I've gotten to the point, bro, where like I realized that from the beginning when we first started the band and started taking it in a serious direction as an original band and talked about the type of image that we wanted to portray as a unit and as individuals. And I decided, just take whatever is regular me and just like pump it by like 10%, and that way I was always within my bounds. You know what I mean? If I wanted to back off, I could back off. If I wanted to kick it up a little, I could. So it's like I'm at the point now, where I announce merch on bare-chested women. You know what I mean? So I really just don't fucking care anymore, and I feel that that's like a good appeal of the fan base, because there's a lot of people out there that just don't fucking care anymore.
They're fucking
man.
done.
They give a fuck.
We're tired, and you know what? There's like 90% of the population that grovels to people's sensitivities, and they don't need my help. So I'm just gonna keep doing this, and I hope that people dig it. And if they don't, fuck them. I'm having a good time. You know what I mean?
That literally is the entire like vibe of the LSD channel. It's like we're doing our thing. If you don't like it, that's cool. You can fuck off. You don't have to watch us.
I love when people don't like shit. I love when people don't like shit.
Fine. Nothing wrong with that.
I might actively look for reasons to like or not like that thing also. But one way or another, like it draws attention to it. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody doesn't like a stance of mine, you better I'm going to make damn sure to research it, know, good and thoroughly, and make sure that it's a good hill to stand on, because there's some that are not good hills to die on, bro. Like, I wasn't, I wasn't too keen on the idea of like Ellen selling kids online via cabinets. Like I wasn't gonna jump on that. I was gonna kind of just let that one go.
Yeah.
But while we're on that kind of topic,
Well, I wanted to
Nazi moon bases are definitely a thing. That's
Nazi
something
moon
that I have
bases.
discovered via quarantine.
Yeah, well, actually, I wanted to keep going on that subject of that bar, because
Let's do.
so like this is what really makes me mad about that kind of thing, because it's akin to or is the same as doxing. When somebody puts out that business like
Snitch
that,
shit.
yeah, they're you so
Snitch fucking shit.
yeah, man, you're seeing like
I'll
Krug.
simplify it. I'll break it down. Snitch
Dude, that's what
fucking
I'm saying.
shit.
You're seeing like Krug crying in front of the county commissioners. You're seeing crazy Uncle Mike. Dude, I immediately like went and liked their Facebook page after you shared his video,
What a
Alonzo.
fucking American that
Dude,
guy, bro.
he fucking
Bro.
dude, he yelled and slammed his fist. I was like, yes, this guy. And then that's why when dude, I was like, can we get him on here? Like Andrew, Alonzo, can you get him? Like just go over to his house or something and be like, here, look, be on the show, please. Because that dude, I was like, yeah, no, he gets it. And you're basically when you fucking do that to another business, right? That's taking advantage of the situation the best they can, right? So, like you said, who even knows how long they can do that for? They're stacking up as much money to survive as long as they can, and you're fucking putting their business out there. Like, what he? This dude is the same guy that fucking put up what I talked about it on another podcast with Casey, I think, Andrew, or no, it was with Oliver, where we were talking about he put up this business that just had a bunch of Trump flags in Stewart. And he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, look, this guy's just a racist." And I was like looking in the pictures that he put for
Like,
evidence.
there's so many accusatory things that happen now just because of like an assumption. It's so ridiculous. Everybody emotionalizes their responses, and fucking at
Dude.
this point now, it's like I don't even concern myself. Like it's ridiculous.
The-
It's so
The-
fucking ridiculous.
Before we get too far off of the restaurant thing, I just want to make one point. Like, you can call out those places for being packed, okay? But call them out as a reason as to why everyone else should be fucking open.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
why that's a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Make a 100,000 posts about the fucking place for all I care. As an example as to why everything else should be open. Those
Yeah, I
people
don't
aren't-
understand why they're getting blamed. I see a lot of like this is the reason we can't reopen, and it's like, what the fuck does that mean? Because
Oh.
they're open, nothing that has nothing to do with those businesses who found a loophole and are trying to eke out their fucking livelihood in this weirdness. Like, fuck, man. Listen, I've heard a lot of bands have had problems. Me and Mike got in the studio and we started getting our shit together and we wrote and wrote and wrote. And we took an opportunity. You know what I mean? We utilized this as best we could, right? That's all the fuck you could do in any kind of crisis. Why are those people being vilified for giving it a go when they have a shot to? I don't get it. You know, it's crabs in a bucket. That's the fuck it
I'm
is.
taking all the gigs I can get. I don't give
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fuck it, and get them and get that shit. Because you know what? You're gonna keep shit fucking moving, keep shit
Well,
pumping,
you know
bro.
who I was talking to about it? You know Lewis, bro, Reggae Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, fucking what a human that guy is, bro. But I was
Oh,
talking to him, and I was just like, I've had the pleasure of seeing him play many times, and he's a super talented dude, and I love his band. And it's just like I've never been in a worse mood after I watched Reggae Lou. You know what I mean? It's like, what is that guy doing besides going out there and making people fucking happy for a couple hours? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
leave him alone. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Leave him alone.
did you see? So this is the people that were agreeing on that post. Like, what was it? One guy was like, "I'm surprised they weren't all wearing MAGA hats," and then I was like, "I'm not gonna respond to this guy." But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on his profile picture. His profile picture is like somebody shitting into Trump's mouth, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, so this guy just has Trump derangement syndrome. That's whatever." But like, and that was, and they all pile on. And that, I think I entered the conversation after you had already started, Alonzo, and I was like, "Hey, Hunter, look, I'm not the pariah of one of your posts." Like, because usually that's me on his
I don't
posts.
mind being that guy, bro.
Yeah, man.
I got big shoulders, man. I carry a lot
Yeah.
of weight. I don't.
And
I
he's
don't
not
mind
gonna
being that
He's not gonna
But none of it
unfriend
even
you.
means a thing. None of it even means a thing. It's all just that's what I'm starting to learn too. Like I haven't gotten into one of those Facebook fucking things. I don't even call it a fight because it doesn't mean shit. Nobody
Yeah.
wins nothing. Like at
It's
least if
not
I
a
can
fight.
fight with somebody and I knock their shit, I can run their pockets and maybe get something out of the fucking deal, right?
Yeah.
Like at least that. In a Facebook off, it's like, what the fuck does it matter? And on top of that, bro, most people don't run their life and fucking pop their gums and act like they act on Facebook in the real world. So I stopped caring because I'm the same everywhere. I'm the same fucking asshole on every.
I will say that anybody, I don't comment on anybody random shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be like when it's somebody that I think highly of, that I feel like they're being deceived to a degree. You know what I mean? It's like, so if there's anybody that's watching and I comment on your stuff, man, it's because I think that you're I think you're smart. Like, I think I like you. Because people that I don't like, I don't give the time of day.
Yeah. I try to
exactly.
tell that to my friends that are like, hey, man, I thought you were cool. Like, why are you even saying? It's like,
hey, I'm a rough guy to be friends with, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. It's like, listen, I'm talking to you because we're friends.
Nowadays, I think if your friends aren't going to be straight with you about what they think, who the fuck is going to be? Like, that's the way I look at it. Like, I hope my friends give me the straight dope. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I hope if I'm with somebody and I'm eating the 5th cheeseburger, they're like, hey, bro, you're 300 pounds already. What do you fucking got going on? I hope my friends are fucking direct and honest with me because that's a real, like, they say brutally honest, but like, should be like beautifully honest. That shit's important. You got to, and you got to debate each other. You got to, that's what we've lost. That's what we've lost. You're supposed to have friends with fucking strongly differing views that you can discuss and learn shit from each other and shit. That's important shit.
Yeah, you want to know what's fucked up, bro? Is that there's a couple people that I'm good friends with. That, like, you know, his perfect example is Marcus Koroff. That were, you know, I'm Respectable's faithful. All of Marcus Koroff, but he's, you know, Chicago kid, and he's got, you know, was brought up pretty traditional. I wouldn't say liberal, but just more left leaning. Him and I disagree on a lot of shit, but we can always like see the logic in each other's stuff, and even hammered, we have great conversations. But the thing is that at the end of it, it's always a very like civil discourse, and like we'll thank each other for it, or like, hey, I appreciate that we can do that together. And it's that much of a rarity that you point it out to people, and it's like it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like it should be the norm.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I feel like most people these days have a hair up their ass one way or another, either because they've been indoctrinated to a degree on either side to just hate an enemy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which that's how you win wars. An election's coming, a war is coming. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I get it. I will hope that most people that I know and associate with are more free thinkers than that. But the other half, I feel like, just like I said earlier, they just don't give a shit anymore.
Dude.
Unfortunately, and either not giving a shit either turns them off, so now you absolutely just 86 the ability to have a civil discourse because they don't even want to fucking think about having a conversation, you know, and where it could possibly go. Or
hard to feel like it's worth it nowadays.
Yeah, for fucking what? For what?
Yeah.
You know, why the circles?
You know what it is too, because now point of view is just so quickly vilified. Like I've been having discussions with people who are, you know, friends of friends, you know, on like a social media, and it's like fucking pointless. And then I've had those kinds of discussions in person. They don't go the same way. You know what I mean? They just don't. Everybody's nice. Everybody's friendly in person. In person, it's just such a different experience than the social media. Like everybody's coming in at like an 8. You know what I mean? On social media, everybody's coming in like keyed up already. Like they're already coming in hot, and you got to bring them down if you can. But is it worth it? Fuck it. I don't need it. Fuck that shit.
People do come in like fucking Cat 5, bro.
Come
like,
in already high up.
Like,
yeah.
And my favorite is that they'll like, you see the programming and like people's responses, because they'll hit you with some type of answer that does not pertain to like what you said. Just like pre-programmed rhetoric to like shove up your
accusation. It's a you are this or you must be a this. Then you said that, you must be a this. Like, and it's
or it's that's because Trump such and such. And it's like, I wasn't even talking about that.
You know what I mean? Almost like they're an NPC in a video game. It's weird,
bro. We're in
stock lines.
relation, bro.
So, yo, Alonzo, turn down Andrew a little bit more because I notice when he yells, he overpowers you.
It's just because he's brown.
Or you're the brownest. Shut up.
I am.
You know, Mike comes from liberal California, so he goes by the brownest is the got the most rights in the room. That's the doctor. That's the doctrine he was raised under.
You know what's funny? Actually, growing up in California in like the 80s and the 90s, that was never a thing. It was, I think that's why I am who I am. Where when I meet somebody, I'm like, oh, this person isn't dressed like they're gonna like. The only way I judge somebody when they come up to me, I'm like, oh, this person looks kind of like hood, like I could get robbed, but I'm still gonna say hello and be friendly, you know, like. But otherwise, like if you're just dressed in clothes that like the media hasn't portrayed like gangsters to look, you know, like any other way you're dressed, I'm like, oh, hello, human, right? Because everybody where I'm from, in my hometown, with the exceptions of people like the Diaz brothers, talk exactly like I do, right?
Right.
Like, there's like the very small percentage of the town that's like, fuck you, man, like trying to be as hood as they can. But even that's the crazy thing is like even the Diaz brothers are like well spoken for like hood people. Those guys can still do calculus. That's like, dude, one of the craziest things ever. I was staying
Well, their
for like,
grandpa was like track and field coach and shit. They come from
yeah,
people who have like Egypt backgrounds and
dude,
shit.
and no, you know, like so, I was I was in like in San Bernardino for the summer with my godmother, and I was kind of like rolling around like the LA area, and these guys shot each other in the street, and people were like, well, what happened? Like the eyewitnesses were like, well, they were arguing about the robbery that they were about to commit, and they were using like trig to try and trick each other out of a higher percentage. Gangsters, guys that were gonna you were using trig in the street, like drawing in chalk on the ground, and trying to like, no, this is why I get this much, and like using complex equations, and they just fucking shot each other.
You sure it wasn't gang signs?
No, like I'm Asian. I looked at them like, yeah, no, those are. They're trying to use sine versus cosine. I'm like, no, they're like sine versus cosine. Yeah, man, that's pre-cal stuff, dude. That's like legit, just drawn in chalk on the street. So like they were doing that, right? Apparently, so that's the difference between like even the hood people where I grew up, and like in my opinion, like everywhere else, because like I can just talk about basic math to like a hood person. I'm like, man, I don't know what you're talking about, whatever. Whereas like where I'm from, like everybody has like the base like mindset, I don't know, of like everybody's just everybody. I'm gonna fuck you up, or
that might be more based on the time frame because nowadays schools teach kids nothing. Like we went the private school route because public school teaches kids dick. Fucking dick.
I don't know who Florida man bear is, but he said Matt Krug should have stayed open. People have to assert themselves.
He fucking they should let him. Yeah.
So they're open across the fucking street from his.
But he doesn't serve food.
Fuck you, right in front of his business.
But he doesn't serve food, and I don't think he could. So this is actually, you know, I'm glad that this guy brought that up.
Food truck in front of Rob.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Or even do this, because you know how that's you have to jump through hoops to get like a license to sell food or whatever. Why not during this time, right? In order to help out the bars that don't serve food, offer them like temporary food licenses at a certain like rate, like an affordable rate, or for free until they can open again. Like they're not. This is the problem I have with Palm Beach County commissioners. They don't work with the community. They take input and they go, well, thank you for your opinion, but we're still gonna fuck you in the ass. Like that's why I'm saying, man, every single one of them needs to be replaced. Every single one of them is being paid to do something by somebody. It's not somebody. It's the people on the island. Everybody fucking knows that. Every single person in the government is fucking on the payroll of the people on the island in Palm Beach County. And that's a big fucking problem because all those people are like pushing the narrative of the left, unfortunately. Man, it's really dumb. Miami has the highest rate of infection and deaths, and they're working with people to open back up better than Palm Beach County. I don't understand.
Shit, bro.
I mean, I understand, but there's easy solutions. So, but they don't even want to work with people. They're like, no, you have to you have to heil to us, or you can't, or we'll send the fucking COVID task force in every fucking day to make sure you're fucking closed. And if you're not, we're gonna fucking take you to jail. That's legit. When people try to fucking tell me Trump's fucking Hitler and like his fucking shit is the Gestapo, I'm like, no, dude, a COVID task force coming in to make sure you're closed, and if you're fucking there when you're supposed to not be, and fucking you're supposed to be closed, that's fucking Gestapo shit, dude. That's not fucking. This is fucking bullshit. It's stupid.
Yeah, but it's band's fault. It's the band's fault. This shit is still.
Yeah.
People just want to blame somewhere. It's fun. It's like a pastime now to blame and be outraged and angry and shit.
Mm-hmm.
People get caught up in it too. You know what I mean? They don't even realize what the fuck they're doing sometimes.
Listen, man, we should bomb that other country that's attached to the end of the dick of Florida, Palm Beach Island. We should just bomb that island. Like, they're all stuck there for COVID. You know that, right? Like, that's why all that shit is like so tight, because all those people from all over the world that have the most money in the world, that have their vacation homes here, they're all here because it's far away from the New York epicenter or the California epicenter, right? They're all on the island hiding in their fucking bunkers. Like, this, why is this not the perfect time to bomb them, go in there and kill their private army, and then kill all of them and take all their shit? Why is this? Why when the Black Lives Matter shit happened, did they not march over the bridge and just start slitting the throat of the... It's literally when people are like, well, it's not the 1% the problem, it's the 1% of the 1%. They're right over the fucking bridge. If you really have a fucking problem with those people, just go fucking kill them. Go fucking kill them. It's... Dude, it sounds difficult, but if you had enough people, literally, if the entire county of Palm Beach was just like, fuck it, wait, all these people are right here, the 300 elite Australian expatriates that run that island.
That's what I've said many times. I've seen many people post a lot of shit.
Dude, I'll do it. I'll do it.
A lot of people grabbing stage 5 armor.
I'll do it.
And putting it on and getting their fucking AR and getting the squad together and
dude, I'll do it.
Pennsylvania Avenue. I don't see people doing that shit.
No, not that.
Bullshit. Fuck that shit. Yeah. Everybody like I said, like, nobody's gonna go to Palm
Beach Island.
Island.
No, it's not even. It's not even the government. Literally, if you bombed and if you wiped everybody on Palm Beach Island and then hunted down their lineage all over the world and got rid of every single one of them, right? Like killed
That's some samurai shit, huh?
Killed distant cousins and children, right? Just get rid of anybody that's associated with them that could ever come back and take revenge, right?
We're really set up a King Ralph situation, aren't we?
Listen, man. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. No, and if like everybody in the state of Ohio is possibly related to one of those guys in the island, it's like, I'm sorry, man, Ohio's gone. But listen, once you free the government of like those people, then you can be like, hey, there's no money to save you. There's no like assassins to save you. Like there's nobody to fucking... Hillary Clinton's fucking gone. She's like, we fucking strapped her to a fucking rocket and flew her out into fucking space. She's fucking gone. She can't fucking save any of you. So now you have to do what the fuck we tell you to do because we elected you, or we'll fucking chop you up like we fucking did the people on the island. That's literally the only thing that can save the country. And just like you said, it's not going to happen. But that's...
Well, if anybody on Palm Beach Island wants to book my band for private parties during the month of December, we will not chop up your lineage.
Yes.
Just throw that disclaimer out there.
We will not chop up your
not
lineage.
Speak for LSD Podcast Network or the Sons of a Tradesman.
I just speak for myself.
No, listen. As long as we have air conditioning, as long as I can Postmates some Taco Bell to my house, as long as Netflix is on and the internet works, people aren't gonna do shit, bro.
Did you guys see that Taco Bell was gonna get rid of the Mexican pizza? So I went and got one today.
Oh, dude. They got rid of 7 items last month.
And the Mexican pizza's next, and I was gonna go enjoy it one more time.
Is Nacho Bel Grande still there? Is
yes.
That still around?
They're slimlining it down to like nachos, tacos, burritos, and any like frill is like extra is like nothing.
Wow.
Oh, there's no more shredded chicken, and no more potatoes.
What a shame.
No more shredded chicken. No more potatoes. So it's literally like you can get
More
beef.
Fritos.
Yeah, you can get beef, bean, cheese in some tortilla form. That's all.
Yeah.
Communism.
Communism.
Yes. Dude, you know what sucks is the best. Dude, that I really hate COVID because of what it did to Taco Bell. Because Taco Bell had the best breakfast out of all the fast food places.
It was a good breakfast.
I was fucking
I never had it.
surprised. Dude, you
Bro, it was
missed
good.
you missed the bet. I was like,
I'm not a big food eater.
no,
I
that's
only had it when I was working construction, bro. When I was working construction, because I wasn't shit open, man. I would go and I would get that.
I mean, I'm not against it.
that
I'm
crunch wrap,
fucked up
the crunch wrap breakfast. Dude, the breakfast crunch wrap is the best breakfast fast food. It could be like at a restaurant. Like a restaurant should be like, "Oh, they don't make that anymore. Well, I guess that's our thing now. We make a breakfast crunch wrap." It's so good. I got it because I'm like, well, I only eat a crunch wrap here anyway.
I'm passionate.
Dude, it really upset me because I was like, fucking COVID got rid of Taco Bell breakfast for a little bit, and they're like, no, now it's gone forever. And I was like, that's the only thing that I like. That's the only thing that I like.
In life.
Fast food is such a disappointment right now that like that was the only thing I could look forward to is like sometimes waking up early enough to get that breakfast crunch wrap at Taco Bell, and like now you'll never get it again.
And make sure your fucking kids never hear you say that. Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ.
I mean,
love
you know,
introducing new fast foods. I took Morrison. He was up here, and I took him by a place called Cookout, and they fucking
the watermelon milkshake or whatever.
watermelon milkshake is where he took that picture. Yeah, fucking, but they do all kind of milkshakes and shit, and they do fucking like fried cheese curds and fucking like hush puppies and shit, and they do some banging burgers. We ate like fat bitches in front of that place, and I fucking drank a banana fucking pudding milkshake that I'm pretty sure I have diabetes now.
That
Like,
sounds
I've been-
great.
Welcome
I've
to
been
the
peeing.
club. I've been peeing a lot. Okay.
Bro, have you guys been watching any sports at all
Hockey,
during
I only
hockey,
watch fight.
hockey. You know,
hockey?
it's a shame that that all these teams are trying so hard to just get housed by the Lightning. You see them?
Fact.
You see them 8-2, the Islanders the other night. I don't want
I
to.
don't know.
I don't want to talk out at school because they were losing when last time I looked. But yeah,
Oh, I
man.
know. I'm Cuban from South Florida, and the Miami Heat are in the Eastern Conference Finals. Mama will.
I'm happy.
I'm stoked. Listen,
I'm happy
anybody
because they
that's
didn't
like,
they didn't do any of that political bullshit either. They were just like playing the game.
bro, I don't know, because I watched one hockey game and went in the first round, and there was a big to do in the beginning,
Oh no, I was talking about the Heat. The Heat didn't do any of that political shit.
bro, because Pat Riley's a fucking gangster.
Yeah. Well, dude, it was weird.
It really
Pat
is. I
Riley-
love the game.
It wasn't in the
Pat-
first
yeah,
round.
God.
But it wasn't in the first round of hockey. It was like in the middle of the playoffs. They postponed 3 games, and they were like, "Well, yeah, we're not even going to kneel or anything. We're just not going to play." And I was like, "In hockey, they really don't care about that shit." You know why they postponed those games? The teams that postponed those games were losing their series. Did you know that? And the teams that were tied. So there were 4 games, right? And 3 of the games got postponed by the 3 teams that were losing their series. And then the one series that was tied, for some reason, they just kept playing. They didn't postpone shit. Like it just and they got their shit done quick. And it was the Florida Lightning, the Tampa Bay Lightning
I don't know,
versus
bro,
the Bruins,
but when
man.
the Heat won that game 5 the other day, as soon as they finished, I went and I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater with my girl, and then 13-year-old Andrew was pleased. 13-year-old Andrew was having a good time, except this time I was stoned.
Nice.
Which made it all better.
Well, the Lightning beat the Islanders again. Yeah. Whatever, man.
Nice.
Hockey's done. Dude, so
Bro,
actually,
but, like,
I wanted to talk about that. So, Tom Brady's. So, football starts soon. Tom Brady's on the Tampa Bay
Sunday.
Buccaneers. Yeah. Brady's on the Buccaneers. The Lightning are. I don't see anybody being able to beat them in hockey. What if Brady, like, takes the Buccaneers up to the fucking Super Bowl and then Tampa Bay is the fucking title town of COVID?
That's how we'll know that the country is officially over.
Tampa Bay is the winningest city in sports.
That's when we'll know that
And
we
the
have
Devil
reached the point
Rays.
of
And all of a sudden,
fucking
the Devil Rays win the fucking pennant too. Like, oh no, like something is wrong. Tampa Bay should not win
I don't
anything
want to
except
live to
for
see
hockey.
that.
Yeah,
I don't wanna live to see
The
that.
Bermuda Triangle moved inland. Fucking
I
that's
don't
what
want to see
happened.
you don't want to see that. I don't know how the Devil Rays are doing. But
Every time I go to Tampa,
yeah.
I see shit I don't want to see.
yeah, like just to get to Tampa, you have to see like 3 meth
Jesus.
labs and somebody giving a toothless blowjob on the side of a
What a
road.
sad place.
Yeah.
And then there's like Busch Gardens in the middle of it. Is like some kind of
Yes.
compound.
It's the Philadelphia of Florida.
Yes.
Dude, what the fuck is that place, bro?
I don't know. That's extreme. Philadelphia is pretty racist because that's one thing I will give. Like Tampa, they're not as racist as Philadelphia. And like,
Oh, but what I wanted to say is that have you been watching the sports, bro? Like the commentators are talking to each other through this like 6-inch piece of plexiglass.
oh, no,
It's-
not in hockey.
No, in the NBA. in
That's
the NBA.
hilarious. I need to see that.
But they're wearing headphones, but they're still yelling at each other the whole time. 'Cause
Oh, at the big table.
Bro, no,
At
it's
the-
like they're standing on two sides of prison glass.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
I see you.
And they're like Jimmy Butler with 5 assists, bro. It's fucking hilarious.
Like they weren't sitting in the same green room together before the fucking show.
Yeah.
No, it's the bubble. They got the whole bubble thing in the NBA. You know, I didn't know they took it so literally. That's
What-
fucking hilarious.
See, what I don't understand is like they did the bubble thing with the NHL, but they were like they made sense. They're like, oh yeah, we're all in a bubble, so we can all be near each other. What if you're in that same type of bubble? So that just means they don't trust the NBA players to stay in their bubble. They're like, nope, these guys are fucking up somewhere. Nope, cover your
I
fucking
wouldn't
nose.
trust them either.
Yeah, no,
Fuck.
I would trust hockey players to be safe over NBA players like any
You know what
day.
I trust them to do? Play basketball.
Yeah.
That's why they get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as they keep doing that, bro, because we're about to have a Heat Celtics Eastern Conference Finals,
Ooh.
and it's just like
That's gonna be fire.
That'd be fun.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
bro. And it's the glitch, it's our glitches in the matrix.
But
All
like,
these little bits of fire nostalgia.
I like that. Didn't like all the teams that made a big stink in the NBA just get knocked out like the next round or whatever, or that
I
round.
don't know. I just barely been watching the Heat. I don't give a
Nice.
fuck about nobody else.
Well, yeah, but they didn't make a stink. They were playing. All I know is like LeBron James and like basically forced all the Lakers to like sit during a game, like a whole game out, and wear like their BLM shirts, and then like there was. Yeah.
LeBron does enough good shit with his money that I really kind of just look the other way when he does whatever the fuck he wants.
I guess.
Like the guy has a school with like 3,000 kids.
You
I
know.
don't know why anybody takes what these fucking people say seriously. I don't know them. Like
You know who had schools?
I don't give a fuck what anybody who I don't know has to say. Like people fucking, I had to unfriend so and so. I don't even talk to my uncle anymore because he voted for this one or that one. You don't fucking know them. They don't fucking know who the fuck they are, and they go out of their way to fucking to follow some asshole you never met and vote for them, and now you don't talk to your uncle or your cousin who actually knows you, who you fucking like have an intimate personal relationship with, whereas some fucking stranger, you're gonna make that decision. It blows my fucking. I don't know.
So
I don't
LeBron James.
understand it remotely.
LeBron James is actually probably like one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Great. I don't fucking know him.
No,
I don't
no.
give a shit.
When I used to live in Denver, what the fuck is the guy that married Lala that came out at the same time as him? Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony and the Nuggets used to try to run us all over at the skate park because their like penthouses were like right there, right by the skate park, and we would just be skating and they would like fucking go out of their way to try and hit us. So LeBron James was, I guess, visiting him because they're like boys or whatever, and like he like got out of the car and like apologized to all of us one day because Carmelo Anthony tried to hit us. Like he was just really nice. He was a really nice man.
Carmelo has anything to do.
He was yeah, but LeBron James was like, "Yo, man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know." And we're all like, "You're fucking LeBron James." And he was like, "Yeah, man." And he like bought us sodas. He bought us all
I got
sodas.
to see him like close up. Like I never had an interaction with him. I got to see him close up at his time here in Miami, bro.
Yeah.
And it was like being in the presence of a fucking titan. It was just like This man is the best at what he
Yeah,
does in the entire world, and he's wearing my team's uniform
that feels
and
good.
taking us to
Yeah,
championships.
man.
That was a great time in my life.
Yeah.
People
Right.
shit on the big three, but like they started a whole fucking movement in the NBA,
Mhm.
bro. That whole big three thing, like that was Pat Riley and Spo. They did it, and they did it, and they did it well, I love that first season because like they looked bad the first half of the season, bro. They just couldn't quite
Yeah.
figure out how to
The
perfectly
pieces weren't.
match it around.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, bro, they just start fucking flying up and down the court. It was awesome to watch.
I
It was
feel.
awesome to watch.
I think
I
you should
remember it
get.
very fondly for the rest of my life.
I think you should get excited about the Florida Panthers for next year because
They look good this year. They were looking good pre-COVID too.
the
I'm sad
GM
that they went down against the Islanders.
the
But,
GM it was their GM that they just fired. No, because literally he traded away like at the beginning of the season when they had their first little ramp and they were doing well. He traded away their big playmaker for like four farm league kids, right? And then they were like, okay, all right,
it's
okay, we figured it out. And then they figured it out again, and he's like, cool, I'm trading two players that are integral to the team. They're defensemen. And it's like, no, we need defensive players because we're a poor defensive team, right? And then the next boost, right? They figured it out again. They plateaued. They started streaking again, right? And then, dude, the GM was like, he tried to disassemble the Florida Panthers, and literally, Coach Q, you know Coach Q, the guy that fucking made a dynasty in Chicago with the Blackhawks. He's the he's the coach for the Florida Panthers right now, and I know Coach Q was not saying like you should get rid of the heart and the soul of this team. Like they literally right before the playoffs they traded a potential superstar, like a kid waiting for his breakout year. The guy every time they won, he was the one like champagne on the fucking ice or throwing fucking driving a little scooter around the ice. Like yeah, it's cool, right? And everybody fucking loved him. He got them hyped up when they were down and everything. And the GM's like, no, get rid of him. They're too happy when he's around. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then honestly, after they got rid of him for like some like lower tier players, you could tell like the team was just like, why are we trying if every time we like get something happening, the fucking GM gets rid of like the best dude on the team. Not like skill wise, because like the high skill cap guys are still on the team, but like the franchise players, the real guys that are like the part of the family and like a real part, like real team players, they're like, I think if we got rid of that guy, they would just all fall apart. Yeah, fucking get rid of him. Like they got rid
I
of
just
the
like the basketball equivalent. Like I kept a short list of everyone that said it was stupid to bring Jimmy Butler to Miami.
yeah, man. That's what
And
my guitar player. He's like welcome to being a Florida sports fan because fucking GMs or somebody is gonna try to fuck up something right
the
when
Heat
you
don't
guys,
do that, bro.
huh?
That shit happens at the Marlins
Yeah,
all the time. It happens with the Dolphins all the
yeah.
time. The Heat don't play that shit.
That they're owned by like I know the same group of people own the Marlins, the Dolphins, and the Panthers. So
Yeah, and Mickey Arias owns the Heat, and
yeah,
he
he
wanted
said
to
fuck
buy
you.
the Marlins for forever, and they wouldn't sell it to him because Jeff Loria still owed a tremendous amount of money to the state of Florida and to the MLB for
Mm,
that new stadium.
that
And Mickey Arias was
atrocious
gonna
new
fucking
city.
assume his debt and pay it off. He was like, "Fuck it." He's like, "I'll buy it."
I'll buy it and I'll
And they wouldn't
fix and
sell it to him.
I won't make your dumb mistake, dude. That makes a lot of sense because what is it, the Marlins did really well like a couple years after that stadium and like he literally like sold off the whole team and then the next team like won
But
everything
when he
and then he
when
sold them
sent
off
Jim
too.
Crowder to New York, I was like, "I'm over it. I'm over it." When he sent fucking Stanton to New York, I was like, "This is fucking bullshit."
Yeah, man. That's I now I understand the like my guitar player said he's like welcome to being a Florida sports team fan because
That's why the Heat's the only one I ride for,
Mhm.
bro.
yeah I
They treat me right.
hope the Panthers because they got my boy on there fucking that Russian kid that's just fucking amazing like he's got better
That's
hands than Gretzky.
Russian.
He's got better hands he's not Russian, he's Finnish, but his dad's Russian, but he's born in like Finland or whatever. Yeah.
What do you think those motherfuckers are up to right now, bro? The Russians during COVID.
Dude, did you know that like Russia and like the Nordic countries are just like they never did masks, they never did quarantine, and they're just fine now? That's weird.
That's what I figured, bro.
That's weird. Everybody's just good.
I have a teacher
Listen, I
who
never suggest following what the Russians do. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just,
I do.
just
No, I do. They're
them
I had
guys
a
pretty.
teacher
are.
Their track
who was in
record's not good, but now I think.
well, I have a teacher who was in South Korea, and I hit him up when it all began. I was like, hey, you good, everything, checking on everybody and shit. And he was like, yeah, people don't really get in an uproar over shit like this over here. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, we don't really
It's
care.
common. It's a
Yeah.
common thing.
He was just like, yeah, an outbreak is something, whatever. Like, I think we're becoming prone to panic in the younger generations. Like, we're prone
In
to
America.
outrage. Again, outrage being a pastime.
In
And
America.
fucking, yeah, in America specifically. Like, where outrage is a pastime, it's fun. It's almost like that's what they do. That's their hobby, like to get upset. And fucking a lot of people, if that's what it is, well, when something like this happens, like, oh, we all get upset and have fun with it. Like, it's weird. It's weird, man. People are getting weirder and weirder. Like as we age as a species, we're getting strange as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, just kind of our country, because like you said, your buddy in South Korea is like whatever, and like I said, like Eastern Europe and the Nordic countries and Russia are just kind of like, no, it's fine. And like most Asian countries, like this is a thing that happens like maybe twice a year. That's why, when it happens, they're just like, oh no, we just put on a mask and we go about our business and try to wash our hands more. But
I know a Chinese dude that lives in Germany now, and he made an interesting point to me. I was talking to him maybe like a month or so ago, and he was like, when I lived in China, everybody knew that the news was fake and was propaganda, so we didn't watch it. And he's like, you guys all know it's fake, but you still watch it, and then you
Mhm.
argue about it,
Yeah,
and you know it's bullshit, but you still argue about it.
you know,
Like,
it's like
It's team-
the three of us post a similar meme all the time. It's like when you're telling like somebody that Biden shit and a Trump supporter's like, hell yeah, and you're like, oh fuck you too. Like the
yeah,
three of us post similar things like that all the time.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
I don't care to talk to anybody's like blind follow, man.
yeah, man.
it's gross.
To be
Weird.
I'm
There's
just
shit to be
NP
upset about, but I'm also not gonna vote for someone with dementia. I mean,
yeah,
like,
dude.
sorry.
Like, and that's a lot of things too. Like,
It's big
yeah,
time, bro.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, dude, we're
Bro, and he said some wild shit too, bro.
Yo,
Like
I'm pretty sure my 88-year-old grandma would fuck him up in a debate.
Oh,
she
yeah.
would she would just nag him into submission, like easily, like
my
she would
favorite
run.
thing he ever said was, "Poor kids are just as smart as white kids." That's my favorite Joe Biden quote.
There's so many. The thing.
Yeah,
Fucking-
think about it.
we hold these truths to be self-evident. That
Well, it's funny. I was
so
talking to
you
this
know
dude
how
at
it
the bar.
goes. You know how it goes.
Talking to the dude at the bar, and he was like, I just don't, because he's a Bernie guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't understand how Kamala, has gone from she was pretty like adamant about being anti-Biden. I can't imagine what they said to her to get her to want to be his running mate. And I was like, you want to be president in 6 months?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck you mean? What do you think?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
asked?
yeah.
You want to be president for Christmas? Because
Pretty much. Yeah, yeah. Pretty much, man. And it's a shame to see. It's a shame to see people that are like so brainwashed on one way or the other and people assume I'm like super far right Trumpy just because I don't because the louder side right now is the left and the more brainwashed side right now is the left. Not saying that the right isn't brainwashed either, but I can respectfully disagree with a Trump supporter, and 9 times out of 10 they won't fucking yell at me that I'm a Nazi racist.
Like, hey, whatever, dude.
They'll be like, hey man, that's why it's America and you can vote however you want and that's your opinion. Whereas if I just said I disagree with you about literally anything to a moderate leftist, I could probably get into a fight just by
I
saying
got a
I
perfect
disagree.
example for you, bro. I was, that big Trump boat parade a couple days ago?
Yeah.
Jupiter. So we took the boat out for Labor Day, and we were up in Jupiter Sandbar. And we weren't in the parade. We actually went against it because so we could get to the sandbar, so it was empty.
Okay.
But a black dude and I think there was maybe like 2 or 3 other people on his boat, but they came up in a nice boat, but with like a BLM flag
Okay.
into a sea of like d-
Ugh.
anchored Trump boats.
Oh god.
And bro, they like brought him in and bought him ice cream and started
Oh
like tossing beers
shit.
and shit at their
Yeah.
boats. And we're like, bro, fucking come on, man. They were like they admired the stones. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yes.
they admired the balls.
Dude,
And the guy hung out all day. The guy hung out and got
every
fucking
time.
twisted all day
Dude,
with everybody.
every time like the Black Lives Matter people come like go to like a Trump rally and like get to the stage or get to the person that's speaking, they almost always get invited up. They almost always say something that everybody agrees with, and then they pretty much everybody is like friends afterwards. That's what I don't understand with the national narrative. Like, it's like they're trying to keep us apart, and
Fuck yeah.
but but
They're trying to-
but like it's different. Like not just division, right? Like this is my opinion. They don't want you to interact with each other in a human
Uh,
aspect. They want to
then you'll
keep you.
figure out that it's all bullshit.
Yeah, then you'll figure out that like you're just people with the you want the same
Yeah.
things. And that
Yeah.
Everybody wants to eat,
COVID
man. Everyone,
COVID you
everybody
have to interact with people on Facebook.
Everybody just wants to be able to pay their mortgage and feed their fucking kids, bro.
Everybody
Well,
wants to eat.
People don't
Everybody
think
needs bread in their house.
people don't think that you should be able to have a mortgage. So I mean, fuck those people.
Yeah, none of those motherfuckers actually have a mortgage either. Let me tell you what. Like,
Listen,
nothing.
they're riding their horse through their orange field in northern Florida. That's what they're doing while they're whining about how people don't have enough stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
On their
if you
boat to
had
the
to earn,
Bahamas.
I got into an argument with a friend of mine about guns and shit, and he was like, "What are you gonna do? Fight the whole government with your one, your fucking couple of guns at your house or whatever?" And I was like, "No, man, but I should have the right to be able to defend myself against whomever or whatever." And he was like, "Ah, if the government was coming after me or whatever," he kept bringing it back to that. And I was like, and we're supposed to have guns, so our government knows we have guns too, so they can't just walk over us too. And he was like, "If the government came for me, I'd just die. I don't give a fuck." And I had a realization of like, oh, this is a dude who never had to fight for shit. I had to fight for every fucking thing, like every fucking thing.
I have
So
it, bro.
like, so he how could he understand me? Because I don't get him. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to have like come to recognition of like, of course he doesn't get where I'm coming from because it's not where he's coming from. Like it's just
Mhm.
we need to be able to interact, or we'll never get to being okay with not being the same again. Like that's what is it. We're becoming less okay with not being the same. It's weird as fuck.
Yeah, I think, like I've said this before, I think I like have like a unique point of view because I've come from that, like not having to work for anything, to then like now having to like work for stuff for like half of my life now. So like I totally understand both points of view. So that's why it's weird when I talk to somebody and I'm like, no, I understand what you're gonna say, what you're saying, and this is why you're saying it. They're like, yes, then why don't you agree? I'm like, because that's not everybody's. So it's hard to make somebody understand that their way of thinking is not everybody's way of thinking, and I think
Yeah.
that's the difference between the brainwashed left right now and the brainwashed right. Because the brainwashed right is less brainwashed because they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna vote for Trump, no matter if I see him fucking shoot somebody in New York, like on the street, whatever. And that's like
Yep.
that's probably
He
not a
said
good
that
thing.
it
Yeah,
was crazy, but that was some gangster shit.
that was yeah.
About-
But I mean, and
There
that's
hasn't
probably
been a
not.
president in a long time.
That's true, yeah. But that probably isn't a good person to vote for that actually would shoot somebody in the street. You know what I mean? But they would still vote for him, right? Conversely, on the left, it's like if you don't think the way that I do, then we're not friends. We're enemies. Like that's a different. That's much different than just saying like, oh, I'll vote for the dude. Like no matter what, I love him. You can think what you want. That's that's the out
It's like
stepping
Andrew said
outside.
earlier in the- Well, it's what Andrew said earlier in the night. I don't get anybody just blindly
Hmm.
going with one or the other way. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's the weirdest part of it. All this like blind NPC kind of mentality where it's just like these. How could you not have your own fucking take? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how could you not? That's what I don't understand. How could you?
These, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
but
that's
the
all.
NPCs on the right are giving you good quests with good loot,
That's true.
and the NPCs on the left are like,
That's hilarious.
I lost my buckets of milk for one potion health. If you go all
brother,
across
like,
there,
it's like the ladies in Red Dead that are like, "Oh, I'm stuck under this horse,"
Yeah,
and you go to pick them up, and then you get robbed by 4 motherfuckers.
yes,
Like,
yes,
that's what it
that's really accurate.
Yeah.
Like, I'll vote for this guy. I'm broke. Yeah.
I saw a dude changing a tire today in the rain. Then my girl was like, "Should we help him?" And I was like,
He's helping
"He has
himself.
an umbrella in 2 hands. He'll be fine."
He's helping himself right there.
I don't know what the fuck that guy, bro. You can't be like that
Yeah.
anymore, bro.
No.
Can't be like that no more. Who knows? And it's like, I'm not the friendliest guy to get walked up on by. You know what I mean? Like, if some dude that looked like me fucking walked up on me, I'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" You know?
On some real shit too, though, I'm sexist, I guess. I'll let a man deal with his own shit like every time. I don't give a fuck.
If it's an old man,
I'm gonna say if it's a man, that's different. But if it's just a dude,
nah,
you
this
gotta
is a body young man, bro.
because I don't need nobody to come help me. I don't want nobody to come. I'm fine. I got a phone,
Okay.
I got in my car, whatever it is. Fucking. But yeah, that's why I'm with that shit. If I see like a woman with kids, I might. And then I'm also gonna like from fucking 100 feet away, be like, "You need help? Do you want help?" Because if she goes like, "No," I'm gonna be like, "Backing the fuck up," like, because I know what the fuck I look like too. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
what I was just gonna say. So let's do
I'm-
this scenario. You're on the side of the road. You're not you, and you see you come up and ask for help. What internal racial profiling do you come up with on yourself as you see yourself walking up? Yeah. Let's start with
gonna
you.
steal my rims.
What's that?
If I saw Andrew, I'd be like, "This dude gonna steal my rims."
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would think racial profiling. I don't know. I don't think that way, I guess. Like, I just don't
All right.
have my head in that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just gonna say if either one of you came up to
if I
me,
just saw me walk up, I'd be like, "Oh, this guy could be a fucking problem." You know what I mean? Like, a potential problem.
like before you guys even spoke, I'd be like, "Listen, I'm down with the Taliban. Like, it's cool, bro. I love ISIS. ISIS is cool with me." And you'd be like, "What? What? No."
Different
Yeah.
gang.
Exactly, yeah.
We got a real.
Both of
we got a
you.
real
Yeah.
thing going.
Both of you,
That's
I'd be
fine.
like, "No."
We were the Moors not long ago, man. We were the Moors
Yeah.
not too long ago.
It's like, listen, I love Islam. Muhammad is
There's
the best. Like,
Moorish, a lot of Moorish blood in the Caribbean, homie.
Yes.
what did your computer do? It made a noise.
Yeah, man, I was scared for.
Some corporate shit that I.
Oh, that's no, it can't. No,
Yeah,
never mind. Nope.
That went away.
So, yeah,
that's
maybe
that's the owner of the computers.
maybe
She
that's
has a lot of big business to deal with, and I don't want any
nope.
part. Fucking, yeah.
Maybe my my Taliban comment is just because I'm Asian. I don't know. It's like, listen,
There's the beards.
yeah, the beards. No, I mean like just
If me and fucking Alonso dress up as Jedi for Halloween, we're gonna get shot. Like, that's what's up. Like,
oh,
that's
That must happen. That must happen one year. I dressed up as a priest, but because of my beard, you can see my collar. Yeah.
You just look like a cleric.
Yeah.
oh fuck.
Fucking Imam Alonso.
It was a good costume though. When you lifted up the bottom, I had a Cabbage Patch doll taped to my crotch. It was a hit.
That's
Oh.
hilarious.
It's
It was a
Catholic.
hit.
The Catholic Church. No, I was an altar boy.
Beautiful artwork and also
Nobody ever touched me, no matter what
That's
I
good.
did.
It's because
Yeah,
you're.
cool.
They figured it wasn't much to deal with anyway.
Oh.
When I was in school, they never fucked with me either. I'm happy to say. Me and my brother were like a problem though, so I think that was why we were
Yo.
like a problem.
It was crazy that like the person that was touching all the kids was not all the kids, but the person that was touching a kid was
Most of the kids.
no, it wasn't the priest. It was the guy that was training the altar boys, and he was just. It sucks. He wasn't. No, it was a
It's always
Catholic.
deacon with the
no. It's the Catholic. He just was literally the
There's
the
deacons
altar
in
boy.
Catholic.
I didn't remember, but anyway, he was like molesting his kids and his grandkids, like, but he wasn't like to strangers' kids, which was like
an usher or a speaker.
Oh no,
yeah.
it's not bad. Sounds bad.
That's no, I mean that's still bad. I mean like I was in a room alone with him a lot, and like he never like he was always like He was always like, okay, now you stay over there.
The candlesticks are very phallic.
He had a racist boner, is what it was.
No,
Yeah.
like it wasn't just me. Like all the other like as soon as like he got popped, they got everybody that was an altar boy, and they're like, did he touch you? And we're like, no, he stood
He could have fought
very.
Nam. You don't know.
No, like all the kids had the same story. Like he stood very like uncomfortably far away from us, and we were all the worst altar boys because he was just pointing from across the room. He's like, no, then you pick up that, then you go over there, like just like very deliberately not touching us.
You ever see him lick his finger before he pointed at you?
I don't, I don't remember. It's right over there. Oh,
Fuck yeah.
oh God.
That's how they give communion at fucking Michael's church.
You know, when you think about communion, though,
Oh no.
because I went to like the high mass as a little kid, like the Latin mass, and
Yep.
like they, you know, there's no in that there's no option to do the hands. They just fucking put the
Yeah,
wafer
they
in your
do.
mouth.
Yep.
And yeah, and that's weird. Like I've had a priest's fingers in my mouth. Now that like that's strange. That's not comfortable. That's not a comfortable thing to know about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Now.
that as I think I was 8 or 10 when I got communion. Like 8 maybe. I had priest's fingers in my mouth when I was 8. Like I never got diddled, but that still creeps me out.
Do you know what's
level.
worse? You know what's worse? The rabbis that do the circumcisions that
The moil. The moil.
yes, that stop the bleeding with their mouth.
The moil it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, the moil. That's
Some
an
of
old,
them have-
old super orthodox tradition.
Some of them have herpes
The very sleek look.
and give.
real gross.
Yeah,
Real gross.
that's.
Real gross.
Have you guys seen Year One? That movie Year One,
Oh yeah.
where he's like,
Yeah.
We're gonna chop the ends of our dicks off, but why?
Jack Black, right? Yeah.
like
It was like Harold Ramis, right? Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna go to the tent. I'm gonna get my good knife. And I'm gonna be right back to cut your penis. That's so fucking
Yeah.
funny. Don't
You
worry,
stay-
it's a real
you stay-
sleek look. It's really gonna catch on. Bro, it's
You
so
stay
fucking
right
funny.
here. You stay right here. Yeah.
That
And
movie's
that's when they
hilarious.
leave. I love Year One. It literally makes fun of like the Bible from beginning to middle.
Bro, it's hysterical.
Yes. It's very good.
Also, I recommend don't mess with the Zohan. It's funny to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Also, I'm almost done with the Sopranos for the first time in my life.
Oh, great show.
I've
Great show.
never watched it because when it was a thing, the people
Cause you're Asian, bro.
that I've watched all the Godfather movies and most like Italian mobster movies. What I didn't like about it was the people.
The Italians.
The-
I like the Italians.
Dude, I make better Italian food than most Italian grandmothers. That's like a legit thing I can say, dude. Just because I've got time, that's all. And
Yeah,
everybody
I-
knows. Huh?
I must taste.
Yeah,
taste
dude.
this. Yes.
Dude,
I also make some fire ass Italian food. I mean,
it's the thing is like it's not
fun.
it's not hard.
Italian food
It's
is like
time.
for the people.
It's
For
time.
the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's time to make it
Well, I
good.
like it
And I got
because in my
time.
house there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you can cook big meals.
Giant pot of gravy, bro. That's like the
Yeah.
fucking thing.
The best.
Yeah.
So,
That's
bro.
the smell
But-
of my grandparents' house. Like walking in, and you just smell. My
Yeah.
grandfather's been fucking making sauce since like 10 o'clock in the morning.
All day,
That
yeah.
shit.
That's what I love
Dude,
doing.
last night we had lechon and rice just because.
Oh,
The best.
dude.
I was like, fuck.
Dude, I love getting up early, like when I like get sleep, like when my son wakes me up before the fucking sun comes up. I just get up, I start chopping vegetables, bro, throwing them in a stock pot, getting them ready for the sauce, and then fucking sear off all the meat, throw it in the bucket, tamp all the tomatoes down, and then like by then it's like noon, and my wife's like, "Are you making that for lunch?" I'm like, "No, this is for dinner." She's like, "When?" I'm like, "Tonight, but it'll be better tomorrow." Like tomorrow
Yeah.
will be the best. It'll be the best sauce ever.
When I reheat it, bro, I like to put the noodles and the sauce and everything in the skillet.
Yeah.
And I reheat it on the
Yeah,
skillet.
dude. I do. Dude, that's the other thing I do. I do like you get it in the restaurant. I do like butter, chopped up garlic, and a little bit of like Italian seasoning, and then I get that going in the pan, and then I throw the noodles in there, and then that's after those have been going around in there. Then I throw the sauce in there, and it all combines at the end, and then I throw a little bit of cheese in just at the end, mix it in, and then I plate. Salt Bay that shit. Fuck Salt Bay, by the way. Fuck that guy. Fucking
Got a
Well,
restaurant.
fucking supports the Venezuelan dictator. Fuck that guy.
He's got a restaurant in Miami. That fuck.
Yeah, that's where he brought the Venezuelan dictator. To
Oh, yeah?
fucking eat
Like
his-
that episode of Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
come on in.
straight to jail.
Straight to,
Straight to jail.
straight to jail. Undercooked chicken, straight to overcooked
But
fish,
why I
straight
didn't-
to jail.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
Well, but under, yeah. But why I didn't watch The Sopranos is because, for the same reason I only watched Scarface once, because the people that like were glorifying The Sopranos, I'm like, oh, you're like a dumpster human. Like, how can this?
Yeah.
How can
I've
it
had a
be
couple-
good?
Like that where I've not seen them because an asshole recommended them to me.
I didn't watch The Walking
That's
Dead
good.
for a while because people were so like people that I hated were like, it's the best thing that I've ever seen. And
The only
honestly,
endorsement you need is Joey Diaz. Joey
Yeah.
Diaz says it's
All right.
great. That's what I mean.
yeah, no, but it's just it was so many people, and for years it's the worst fucking people, and they're like emulating and they're like doing the shtick, and I'm like every time I'm like,
Every fucking Guinea, and I proudly say Guinea, every fucking Guinea became like a fucking like, yeah, I might know a couple people.
Yeah.
You know? Every asshole. That's
Like-
why I love like my grandfather's generation of Italians, where it's like, hey, was there ever anybody in the mafia, Grandpa? And he's like, no, I was a fucking mechanic. What
Yeah,
the fuck are you
what?
talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I worked my ass off. Like, get
Like-
the fuck out. Like, that's such that old like. I love meeting a dumb Guinea who loves like trying to play that shit off, and it's like, don't you work at like a car dealership?
Yeah.
Like, don't you fucking?
don't you
do
sell
a little
insurance?
shuttle? Fucking- yeah, fucking
Yeah.
assholes. Assholes love to do that shit.
And it was
There's always assholes to ruin some cool shit.
and
The same
every
people that recommend me the Dave Matthews Band.
listen, Dave Matthews
I
bands
fucking hate those people,
are
bro.
are
Have you listened to
talented.
Dave Matthews Band? And they're like, just a... Like, I said,
Oh,
I'm
the
never gonna
people,
listen to them.
the
I
people.
want to say it here.
I agree. The people that are
I'm never gonna
fans.
listen to Dave Matthews Band.
It's the same reason why I love Henry Rollins, but I hate
Damn.
absolutely hate every person that thinks he's the best thing on the fucking.
I don't
Planet.
get all like, I don't hate him, but I don't get why everybody loves him.
No,
Like his-
that's what I'm saying. I love him.
It's not good.
No,
Like,
I
his
love
music's not
him.
good.
No, yeah, no, his
No, but
music.
he's cool.
his
Like,
music-
he's a cool dude.
Yes, he's a
Yeah,
cool
like, I
dude.
like him in interviews and shit.
He's a cool dude. He doesn't have radical stances as the people that idolize him do. Is the thing, like he's more of a just like what I
5 years.
exactly, but like even when he was younger, his stances weren't as radical as everybody claims them to be. I love Henry Rollins because he's just a regular fucking dude.
He seems pretty chill.
His super fans should be wiped from the face of the earth like they're a fucking plague on the
Say that
planet.
about a lot, too. Like Joe Rogan super fans, and I love Joe Rogan. Joe
Mhm.
Rogan super fans suck.
They suck.
Yeah,
They
I
They
want to
do.
know why nobody ever came up to me and was like, you need to listen to Tina Turner. Nobody ever did that. Dave Matthews Band, sure. Green Day, sure. Modest Mouse, sure. Fuck
we
him.
talked about this before, Andrew. Like when I accidentally got into a fight with the dude when I was like, my favorite band's this, and he's like, my favorite band's The Offspring, and I uncontrollably laughed. I was like, okay, no, like what's your? He's like, no, I got a tattoo right here, and I was like, please stop. Like I couldn't not, and he's like, that's my favorite shit. And I was
I
like,
saw
I just
somebody
have
on
to
Facebook
go.
the other day with an Avenged Sevenfold tattoo. And I
Oh,
was like, well,
That's
what is he
more
doing?
common in our age group, though.
A lot of those.
That's terrible.
Because it literally their stupid logo it was also in the same style as the Affliction stuff and like all that stuff that people are getting tattooed all over them. So they're like, oh yeah, I don't even know this band, but that fucking the skull with the bat wings, so
Like the
fucking
famous
cool.
F. Remember the famous F with the little star in the middle?
Yeah. Oh god, people had that.
That was like the monster tattoo of our generation.
This is the same generation. It's all the same.
Nah. It's not.
All right, fine.
It's the difference between kids that watch Rugrats and Disney Channel.
I guess.
It's not a whole generation. It's like a 5-year
A
gap.
microcosm, yeah. The sub.
Right.
The
Yeah,
sub.
no, I get what you mean though.
Because I
I get
never
what you
watched
mean.
Zack and Cody. I never watched that
So-
shit. I was too old.
Yeah, I don't even know. That's the other thing. Like, I'm starting to
Let's
see
see.
those kids put
There's
memes
Rocco's
up.
Modern Life kids, and then there's Disney
Yes.
Channel kids. You're right.
Yeah, no, that's
There's Ren and Stimpy kids.
Mhm.
There's Angry Beaver kids.
yep.
I'm those kids.
The lunar shorts, all that shit.
Dude,
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, these kids are putting out memes with, like you said, like Zach and Cody. Like, if you're this old, and I'm like, I don't remember that. I think I was an adult already. I'm sorry.
I only know
Like-
because I had sisters that 5 years
Yeah.
younger than me. You know
My
what I mean?
brother is 8 years younger than me. He didn't watch that shit. I was always like he would put on something and I'm like, what is this?
You guys are too busy doing trig.
No, he's white. He's 100% white. I'm half white. My brother looks like Hitler's wet dream. Blonde hair, blue eye, like 6'5", like full on, full high.
Not good enough. Not good enough for the altar man, huh?
No, nope. No, he
What a
was
shame.
yeah. But no, like when he would try to watch stuff like that, I'd be like, "What the hell is this shit?" And I'd just switch it over to like Ren and Stimpy that was playing all the time on like MTV. Yeah, I mean he's fucked up now, but like he's not as fucked up as those kids.
Kind of fucked up. You like hit by a car or what?
No, just younger, crazier. The younger, crazier half generation of us.
It's because he's
wild-
all white. Because he's 100% white.
I really don't want to believe that because he was cool and smart, and I was.
That's why.
I know. And his
Polish.
dad's real smart. His dad's smarter than my dad. And my dad's 100% Asian.
Yeah, but you guys are like the waiters of Asia.
The Mexicans of the Orient. Yeah, man. We're the Mexicans of the Orient. Also, everybody loves us, man. We're the best singers, dancers, cooks,
No, you guys
laborers.
throw down the best roast pig outside of a cajachina that I've ever fucking had.
No, no.
What
That's-
John Phillips do is serious business.
You need to
And the
ask.
skin is the best. The skin is better than the Chinese crackling skin pork that I've had. Like the
That's-
skin on a Filipino pig is fucking what's up.
That's like
You know,
unanimous.
slow down, bro. I like Filipino food.
Dude, that's like
Yeah.
unanimous with the pig thing. Like anybody that knows whole pig, that's like had it from everybody. Like Filipinos kind of like get that shit, and
Way
then
up there.
yeah, man,
Way up.
like Gordon Ramsay and fucking what's his face, the dead one, Anthony Bourdain, like they fucking hate each other, and they're like it was Anthony Bourdain was like, I fucking hate Gordon Ramsay, but he's right when he said that Filipinos make the best whole pig in the world, and I was like, oh wow, he hates a lot of Gordon
up there.
Ramsay's everything. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, man. Anyway, that's not what I thought.
Why
So,
is-
People will never.
We're
people
the-
will never.
dude, ask any like Japanese person or like Chinese person like who the best like Asian singers and dancers are, Koreans. Like it's fucking they're like, "Oh, the Filipinos, they're like the best." And I'm like,
You want to know why?
'Cause-
Because you're a little bit Mexican.
"No, cuz
That's-
we're like mostly Spanish
That's why.
with like a with just a little squint.
Little
Hit you
boob.
up.
Little squint. I got a fucking bridge on my
bit
nose.
of Joan Rivers look. That's
Right?
all.
Yeah, man.
Rivers looked like
Dude.
straight up a rubber mask by the end there.
I love
Yeah.
the story of like the Philippines being conquered because it's just like basically like island people that were like we fought with sticks and yo-yos made out of rock and string and fucking people were showing up with guns. It
How'd
was
you do?
great. Dude, we did great on the first wave and then they were like, "Oh, they're like, oh man, wait, we've got guns." And then literally like they would shoot one of us and then we'd just be like, "My friend, come, take it. That's
Let me
yours.
teach you how to make a whole pig.
You want to fuck? Yeah, you want to fuck? We know you guys like to fuck. So do we. Like,
You know, I gotta say about the nations that Spain got to first, there are definitely a lot more good mixes in there, man. Like because Spain was all about mixing it up. Spain was like, hey, go make more Spaniards.
yeah,
They had a very Roman thought process. That was the difference between
Yeah.
what was going on in the Caribbean and what was going on in America during like the slave trade and shit. And I think the reason that people healed mentally in the Caribbean, I think, faster is because everybody got a black uncle and a white uncle. You know what I'm saying? In every family. And so Spain encouraged race mixing because it was like, no, make more Spaniards. That was the idea. Make
Mhm.
more Spaniards. They're all fucking Spaniards. Make more of them, no matter what
You
they
would-
look like. And that's the difference, I think. With that, me and Daniil talked about that shit before.
you know,
Not understanding the divide.
and I think it's really weird too because Asians overwhelmingly are the most racist people on the planet. Like so
Planet.
much.
Are
So,
they? I think they're just the most logical. I don't think it's that they're the most racist. I just think they're the most logical.
when I say the
You know
most
what I mean?
racist,
Like,
no. When I say the most racist, so like they only are racist to other Asians. Surprisingly, so not Filipinos, which is where I'm going with this whole thing. Everybody else, if you're not Asian, like a dog, you're lower than a dog. Like They'll literally say shit like, "Our ancestors came up with paper when you guys were still swinging from trees," kind of shit. Like, so why should I even be like racist towards you?
Kind of historically accurate.
Are they wrong?
It is. They're not wrong. They are not wrong. However, that is a racist thing to say. But
I had
so
a Korean buddy growing up who his dad was like, well,
Yeah.
his dad would say like he shouldn't expect certain things from certain people. Like that was like his.
Yeah.
It's like how could you expect like specifically he was talking about me. He's like, don't expect this kid to come on. He's a nice kid, but you know.
Yeah. That's
Fucking, he's not.
like my grandma would say some like
Like,
when she was
yeah.
being nice
I know
about my
I'm not
friends.
racist, but like if I walk into like a Chinese restaurant down here and there's two black guys in there, I'm like, the fuck is going on? You know, I'm like, I'm whatever that is, that's what I am.
The fuck is going on?
Like, I'm still gonna eat there.
I don't think.
I'm still gonna eat there.
I don't think you're
I'm
alone.
racist. Where if I go into a Chinese fucking restaurant, and I don't see Chinese people in the kitchen. I'll get the fuck out of there. I want to see a guy with a tank top rolled up to his nipples and a cigarette in his mouth and a fucking hairnet half on and fucking working that walk. Fucking working that. That's who I want cooking my fucking Chinese food.
See a Jamaican guy with the walk, and I'm like, this might be good, you know?
The Jamaican no, because the Jamaican guy
soy sauce.
because the Jamaican guy might have a thick ass Chinese accent because there's a huge Chinese population in Jamaica.
There's Cuban Chino too. That,
Yep.
that shit's wild when you go into a place and you order a croqueta and they're like, yeah, croqueta, no problem. And they're bing, nah, 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 and then
Yeah.
fucking, okay, chico. And you're like,
Yep.
what the fuck
They
combo
speak
was that?
Yep.
They speak
Bro,
local.
when you eat fried rice with the fucking frijole, that shit's bomb as fuck.
So
Fuck.
Nobody does that better though than in Peru. In Peru, they have fucking mixed the
Japanese.
Chinese and the
Oh
the
yeah,
Latin.
yeah. Oh, that's good shit.
Bro,
No,
Japanese.
No, Japanese people, dude. I grew up with this like Japanese family. Like they were the only, not the only other, but they were like the well-off Japanese family that like it was okay for me to hang out with. And like when I would go over and hang out with them, and we would like go out to Chinese food, like we would go into some place and they would see somebody that, like we all knew, but like you guys wouldn't be. They'd be like, that guy's Korean, we're leaving, and I'm like this sounds like my family. Yeah, that's right, that's cool. Or we'd go into some places and they're like, no, it smells Vietnamese in there, and we're like, all right, cool. Dude, you don't understand. Like that's.
Understand that? No, I know that's.
I know, but like they're like, but we're going to a Chinese food restaurant. Why does it smell Vietnamese? What are they doing back there? Did you know they shit in pots? And I'm just like, this is like an Asian lady saying this to me as like a teenager, and I'm just like, I mean, yeah, I had Vietnamese neighbors before. They did shit in pots in the backyard. Like I'm not like this is like the
Again,
80s.
when you come from like a culture where there's like a bunch of whatever you are mixed together, like lumped
Yeah.
in, because all Asians aren't the same, but they all get
But if
lumped
they-
in by this weird categorization. Same thing with Latinos.
But what it
You grow up Cuban, you hear shit about this one or that one or the other one, and they hear shit about your one, man.
so
Put a
because
Colombian and a Venezuelan
Yeah.
in an elevator together that
dude.
gets stuck. See if anybody comes out alive in that bitch. That shit is
dude,
just,
I watched
they're-
two ladies almost stab each other in the Guitar Center off Haverhill in Okeechobee.
Yeah.
There was the Puerto Rican Cuban restaurant that failed after a year because a Cuban guy married a Puerto Rican woman, and then they each had their aunts run the store, and they just fucking almost stabbed each other to death. And I was just like, I'll take a coffee and a croqueta, and they're like, that's good. And then they like yelled at each other in Spanish, and then they yelled at the poor son of the husband and wife that owned the place, and I'm like, what are they saying? They're like, they're both saying that this bitch doesn't know how to speak Spanish to each other. It's just like, oh no.
Well, the taco joint in that plaza is my number one taco place.
Is that good? I haven't been there in a while. Dude.
It's so good. And then Rinaldi's Deli in there too is owned by a Cuban couple. Really good sandwiches and stuff.
And it doesn't give you diarrhea anymore.
No.
Because it
It's
used to.
fantastic.
Because it used to when I
Because I'll
worked
go
at
in there and
Guitar
I'll get like a
Center.
sandwich with like fucking meatballs and pepperoni and shit, and I'll like
Dude.
demolish it, and then
I may
afterwards
want
I'll
to go
keep-
there now.
That's
I may
amazing.
want to go there now because I had to stop going there because when I worked there, I'd eat there for lunch every day, and I'm like, I gotta leave early or I'm gonna shit in the store.
I eat there. I eat there all the time. I love it.
All right. Dude, shout out to Rinaldi's. It was good. It was good when I was getting diarrhea from it. I would just like have to eat it
I don't
on the
think you're
toilet.
supposed to eat anything every day. That's probably the issue you were having. Like,
Maybe. No, I would get different stuff. Like he had salads and stuff, and like they were
bro.
telling
If
me
you're
I
just
needed to get
a
healthy
meatball,
stuff.
greasy
No,
pepperoni
no.
meatball sandwich every day, you might have a couple hot shits. You know what I
No,
mean?
I would eat the same thing 4 days out of the week, and then one day out of the week I'd get something healthy.
There's
That
some
might
good.
be what it hits you. You're just overloaded with a fucking colon full of meatballs and
Yeah,
sauce.
that's why I shit for a
You been to
solid hour today.
Manzo's on Palm Beach Lakes? Manzo's.
No.
It's
Oh,
old. It's like over there, like close to where the Rain Dancer
yeah.
Steakhouse.
No, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that place for years. Yeah.
That's the best Italian. Like you want
Really?
a straight up like Italian,
All right.
like without having to go to VNS or something in Boca.
Yeah.
That's where you go.
Nice. Oh wait, so what I was saying, my original racist Asian point
Sandwich.
was, my original Asian racist point was that, so I don't understand why all Asian races are like super nice to Filipinos, and they're like Pacific Islanders are more Asian than Filipinos, right? Like just straight up, okay? And they're like, no, Pacific Islanders are dirty. Like you're Asian, it's better. And I'm like, I'm mostly Spanish, right? With a little bit of like Japanese and Chinese in there. And they're like, no, still, you're Asian, it's better. Why? Like they like I said, they consider if you're not Asian, you're like lower than a dog, right? Like you're not even worth anything. So why do they want Filipinos to like? Why do they want to be so inclusive with Filipinos if overwhelmingly they're so racist towards?
I think because you guys are the most Latin, you're the most likely to cause them harm via a sharp object, and so that's why they're nice.
Then why aren't they nice to China? Because China could just decide to make the entire Asian area China at any point.
Because it's China.
I mean,
Nobody likes China.
that's very true. Nobody likes China. Nobody likes China. The only people that like China,
They do it to themselves. It's
the
not me.
only
people up.
yeah, the
Yo,
only
recently-
people that like China is North Korea. It's not.
Yeah.
Recently, they start popping off between China and India. That's just gonna be wild.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
not,
gonna be
no,
wild
it's
when
not.
shit gets-
No, it's not. India has a similar size population, but they're malnourished. Everybody in China is no longer malnourished. Like that's one thing I can say. Like as far as China is actually they understand that they might have to call their couple billion people to war, and they're like, okay, well, you can eat and go out now and work out. Like the big thing in China right now are gyms. Like you can open up a gym. The government will give you money to run it, because if you have a gym in China, like, and you're Chinese, or no, if you're Chinese, you can go to any gym in China. Like that's just a thing. They want you to like be healthy. They want you to get food. They want you to be ready, because they might just be like, hey, we're going
They
to
let you
war.
eat whatever you want. You gotta eat bats and shit over there.
Yeah, the open markets are.
The saying,
I've
the
been
Chinese
there.
proverb is, if the back faces heaven, you can eat it.
Hey, listen. All I got to say is eventually that shit's gonna get somebody sick.
Well, it's not even like a surprising thing too. Like
Sure.
Andrew was saying, like with his buddy in Korea, like people just walk around with masks all the time because they're like don't know, like what that person on the elevator has, because things just kind of happen like that in Asia, and it kind of goes back to the whole thing where like their racist thing where like like we were developing paper when they were like swinging from the trees. Like it's been like that in Asia for like 100,000 years. Like pandemics will just fucking come in and try to wipe people out, and they literally would just be like, well, I mean, we'll ride it out. Whoever lives lives, whoever dies dies. That's it.
That same conversation with my old English teacher. He's half Indian, and he told me like, in some places in India, people keep masks on them because it's like rampant
know.
homelessness and
Yeah.
rampant outdoor fucking bathroom. So
Mhm.
you want to have little face masks in some spots, like where it's like we're so spoiled, like first world level shit spoiled, where we don't realize like there's countries that are still technically first world countries that have some real third world conditions going on, and we don't know about that shit. We don't know.
You ever,
Our hood is so lush in comparison to
when
what's popping in some other countries.
Dude,
There's so much more that we offer to help people. You know what I mean?
when Alonso goes to Europe because inevitably he's going to soon, I'm sure, for his
Okay.
band.
I
I want him to be like our European correspondent, and I want him to find like places in France where you have to shit in a hole in the ground because that's the only bathroom. Like you're inside a building, but the bathroom is like Chinese style, like you shit in a hole in the ground, and just be like, hey, no, look, first world country, Europe, yeah. We were fucking shitting in a hole in the
Gotcha.
ground. Because I
got you.
remember
I'm sure
that
the
shit.
places I'll be getting booked, you shit holes in the ground.
Dude, I remember being in those fucking countries and just being like, dude, this is like a metropolitan area. Where's the bathroom? They're like, it's right there. There's a stall, but the stall is a hole in the ground. And I was like, yeah, Paris, woo!
I'll shit. Think
Right?
I won't.
One, I got kicked out of a tour for some French water facility because they're like, the rain comes down on this mountain and filters through this volcanic rock right here. And I just start peeing on the ground because I was drunk. And I'm like, I'm peeing in people's water. Oh,
It's all
whatever.
good.
Yeah, because I am a terrible degenerate. Yeah.
Deplorable's the word now.
Oh, that's right. We're deplorables. Even if we just say that we don't want to vote for anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, the new punk rock is not giving a fuck. It went back to the old punk rock now.
Ugh.
Look,
So confusing.
my whole childhood, fight the man. Fight the man, fuck the power, whatever. Now, everybody wants to be the man.
Yeah.
Everybody acts like fuck the man. All they want to do is be the ones telling you what the fuck. All I'm seeing now is everybody wants to be authoritarian. Everybody wants to boss everybody around and shit. Whatever happened to just like being a real American and leaving people the fuck alone?
That was
If it
America.
doesn't go out of your yard, I don't give a fuck.
That was
If it's
America.
behind you, I don't give a fuck. You're not hurting nobody over there? Great. Good night. Howdy, neighbor. Go
Gotta-
fuck yourself. Like, I
Gotta
don't
go 7
understand.
miles out for that.
What's that?
Oh, you gotta go 7 miles out on the water for that now.
Right?
No laws.
That was America. That was the beauty of America. And the beauty of America also was like, I don't like how it is in Florida. I'll go to fucking Tennessee. I'll go to fucking Utah. We're 50 fucking countries. That's what we're supposed to be. 50 little countries, 50 little sovereign places that live a certain way with a certain rule set. And the more now we go towards this fucking national regularity, you lose what America is, like the ability to have the flavor. If California wants to be fucking communist, I say call it the
Yeah.
Communist Party. If you want to live like
Yeah.
that, live in California. If you want to live like a rancher, go to fucking Montana. If you want to live like a fucking savage, you go to Florida. If you want to live like a fucking suburban dad, you come over here where I'm at in fucking the burbs of Atlanta. Like, that's what America's supposed to be. And now everybody's just trying to boss everybody into like everything being what the fuck. And that's what you were saying, like just not being allowed to even not care, to even not, you know what I mean? To say you're not going to vote, to say you're not. I could give a fuck, man. I could give a fuck. I think if a meteor hit the debates and both those guys were gone, it wouldn't change the government one fucking bit.
No.
Nope. Not at all.
Not a tiny bit.
Dude, I hate people so much. You know, so I hate to like, I don't know, because this is like one of your relatives, Andrew. These people that I don't like, that like don't, they're like, I hate everybody. I'm an introvert. I'm like in this special group or whatever, you know, like there's nobody like me, but I need to be out. I've been stuck inside for too long. Dude, when I was like privileged enough to like lean on my parents or whatever, I got so depressed at one point I didn't see the sun for over 120 days, and the only movement I made was from my bed to the bathroom, going back and forth, and my dad would put like, he would slip like spaghetti underneath the door, or not under, he would just like open the door and put spaghetti on my table. Like,
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you don't know what it's like. Like, I'm so depressed. I'm like, man, like I feel like you don't know what real depression is. Like, and like, so, and I'm not saying that it's the people that are like, oh man, I fucking can't take this. Like, people that are out doing stuff, right? Like if you, Alonzo, were like, I'm fucking going crazy, I could understand, because like you're playing out every night, you're seeing people all the time. I'm talking about the people that are like, I'm an introvert, I hate people, and they're the same ones going like, oh, I'm stuck inside. I'm like, cool, introvert that hates people.
Yeah, you do it all the time.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I told you, like, I didn't see the sun for half a goddamn year, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
on
definitely need like
purpose.
social interaction.
Yeah, and those
Yeah.
are that's what I'm saying. Like people like you are like, I need social interaction. I'm like, I totally get it. Like this has to be hell for you. But all the people are like, I'm super fucking dark. I'm super fucking depressed all the time. I'm like, dude, like you should then fucking kill yourself because you haven't had like a real I'm gonna fucking kill myself moment. Like I've
Or you
had like
should
I
be
did.
thriving right now.
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
should you this should be your best life because you know what? For me, I was like, whoa, I have to do everything from this room, from this little fucking room. I can fucking just fucking go dark and just never come outside. This is like the best thing ever, right?
Yeah.
But like,
I
but
I
they were
try and
just
give
like, no, fuck
try and give
yourself.
people a little bit of leeway in whatever they're feeling, right?
Yeah,
For me, I'm happier than shit. I got a wife that I love. I got a kid who's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I got an Xbox and a Switch upstairs. I got an office of my own. My wife's got her office. My kid has her own bedroom. I have the space and I can afford what the fuck I need. So I don't try and shit on anybody who maybe is struggling with any other those, not having any of those comforts.
I'm not
What I
saying.
do get from
Yeah.
is when somebody is like, this is the reason or that is the reason, where it's like, you don't know what the fuck any like.
Mhm.
That's the thing I'm so sick
Yeah.
of. We don't. None of us know the reason of anything. So when all these people are like what you're talking about, where it's like, oh, I'm so angry, I'm so this. Well, it's like, all right, man, go fucking.
Yeah, go do something. Yeah.
Look, before COVID, I've had many friends who are like, oh man, I wish I could this, I wish I could that, and it's like, you don't got no kid, you don't got no wife, you don't got no fucking. What are you fucking doing? What do you mean you wish? I don't understand that whole mentality in general.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, if you want it, get it. If you want, you know what I'm saying. If you don't, if you are you stuck inside, it sucks. Take a walk, bitch. If you're worried about
Mhm.
COVID, take a walk at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, what? That's the part. It's all this like. Again, it goes back to like recreational outrage. There's another thing that happens in social media too. Hey, anybody want to give me a recommendation for? Hey, anybody know about the? Hey, anybody? Where it's like this weird crowdsourcing shit that people do, where it's like you don't even really want to fucking answer. You're just looking to tell people your fucking business in a weird way. Like,
Yeah.
go take a fucking walk. Go swim. You know what I mean? Like, go do, like, move your fucking body. All these people with this depression from being in the COVID, I just went to a jiu-jitsu class and tried to choke a couple motherfuckers and they tried to choke me. Feel fucking great. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do some shit. Go live. Go do your shit. There's nothing else you can do. Like, if you're bogged down, you're depressed, like, you gotta fix it. You're
Yeah.
a grown up. If you're grown up, you gotta fix it.
Yeah.
If my daughter is depressed, she's 5. I gotta fix that. I'm responsible for her. But if you as an adult, like
Unless you
I
like
said,
it,
yeah, again,
and then
is
go for it.
recreational?
Yes,
You know
I
what I
like
mean?
it. I like it. I like the weight.
Then whatever.
Feels
Then
good.
just enjoy it. But
It feels good to be so depressed. You feel like the weight is gonna suffocate you and your heart's gonna stop. It is mother's milk. It is so good. I
this is a guy who
fucking
listened to a lot of emo music in high school.
love it.
Right.
But I wasn't listening to emo music. So this is the thing. I like when we had Doug on, right? I feel like I really relate to Doug more after we had him on because like I've when I was working with him, he's like, oh yeah, this is what I looked like in high school. Like he looks like a regular dude, but like we listened to like the same shit as the kids that were cutting themselves and fucking crying all the time. But we were just going about our regular business. I feel like those kids, like Doug and I, actually understood the whininess of the privileged struggle, right? More than the kids that were dressing up emo and cutting themselves. Because we weren't gonna cut ourselves, but we're like, no man, I'm just gonna fucking take this fucking, because I know it's stupid. I'm just gonna fucking shove it up inside of me until it turns into cancer, and that'll be the most fucking like emo way to fucking die. Fuck yeah, like I'm gonna shove all that pain up, never fucking tell anybody. It's gonna be fucking great, you know. That's what I like to do.
Experience any of that shit, bro, or that
Yeah,
or
no.
that music even, because I was discovering AC/DC when kids were cutting themselves. I was like, have you ever
Yeah.
heard this shit?
Dude, I literally went from, yeah, like fucking dude. So my musical journey is way fucking weird. When I was Yeah, when I was in grade school and I started doing band, I was like, okay, so the only real music is classical music. So I only listened to the classical music station on my radio for like 5 years. And then I like bumped up to the oldies because I was like, oh, this is good modern music. And my parents were like, this is not fucking modern music. This is from the 50s. It's 1992. And I'm like, yeah, but it's good. It's better. I understand. And then like I moved slowly through like the 80s. And then like when everybody was starting to get into the emo, I was like, did you guys know Metallica fucking rules? And they're like, yeah, man, that's like an old band. I'm like, what? No, they just released an album last year. Like, but that's not the good one. I'm like, yeah, I know Ride the Lightning and Justice for All. Like, those are like the jams. They're like, this is still good too. And they're like, yeah, whatever, bro. We're listening to like cutting music. And then I like, but the whole time though, it was crazy. Like, I went from like the 50s era and I heard like Radiohead and Clueless. And I was like, that band's really good. I really like them. So like that was like I was still like going up, but then at the same time I was always like Radiohead, like the
For the first
Depression.
time I heard Radiohead, I'm pretty sure, and somebody showed it to me, I'm pretty sure I did this right. I was like,
Yeah, you're like, why the fuck are you showing this, dude? And that makes perfect sense, dude. Like, how can you not be aware enough to like if I see you right, I'm not gonna be like, oh, dude, you would fucking love this Taking Back Sunday song or this fucking Radiohead song. I would not be like that. Like, I definitely wouldn't be like, oh, dude, you want to check out Dave Matthews Band? Like, how socially unaware do you have to be to offer that to like you're saying,
apparently not much.
dude? And it's with everybody. Oh, dude, oh, dude, you got to check out my favorite band. Says this one guy to literally anybody. Dude, they're called the Insane Clown Posse. They're fucking legit as fuck. Like, they will tell anybody about Insane Clown Posse, like their grandmother.
Goes back to what we were talking about earlier, though, right? Everybody thinking like,
Their
I
way
think,
is the only way.
but yeah, I think this. Everybody else must feel this way too. That's like pervasive as fuck now.
Yeah.
It's really weird, scary.
Do you remember when you were younger, like your group of friends, everybody kind of listened to something different? I mean, like, I know we're adults about that now. Like, we can be adults, but like there was this weird point in like 2005 to 2010 where like everybody was kind of like separated by like your music, or it was just like rap
I found
and everything
Outkast,
else.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to like rock and roll and shit. My boy was
No.
listening to like Outkast and like Boys to Men
Yeah.
and fucking Charlie Wilson
Hmm.
and shit like that. And so he got me into all this like R&B shit, which then naturally led me into like old soul.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it was like, yeah, from definitely like all my friends listen to different shit, and that definitely like, because I feel like I listen to a lot of different shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, not me.
all the time.
Well, that was cool about being a kid, man. Like, you have a homeboy who's like, "Hey, you ever heard fucking Wu-Tang Clan?" And you're like, "No, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
A kung fu movie?" And he's like, "Kinda." Fucking boom, and we ran that, dude. I remember the first time I heard Triumph. I was in like 7th grade. Homeboy put that shit in my mom's van, and when that shit dropped in, man, that fucking abomatomically Socrates for like, I just remember being like, "What the fuck
Yeah.
is this?" Like 7th grade, like, this is amazing. This is fuck. Because the only rap I had heard before that was shit I wasn't allowed to listen to in the house. Was like Tupac, was like Snoop, shit like that. Like my pops, my stepdad would be listening to whatever. My
Yeah.
cousins. But
My-
fucking, I remember my mom being like, listen to that for a minute. And literally that opening line, she was like, "Oh, they're talking about philosophy and shit. All right, you can listen to this."
So
Like,
Wu-Tang.
and, you know, like track 9 was like, "Ho hee ha hee ha." Fucking ODB just ha 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 ha. Fucking talking about hookers and fucking taking
Yeah.
shits on them. And shit. Yeah.
Long
Yeah.
live Wu-Tang.
Oh,
My
dude.
neither
Yeah,
of my
baby.
parents were like Asian adults from the 80s and 90s have a very racist stance on rap, so I didn't get to listen to that. And my
You don't
mom
strike
was.
me as the type that would enjoy it very much anyway.
I don't mind some stuff.
You ever heard of Dave Matthews Band though?
Yeah, I love Dave Matthews Band, but I don't push it on people. Dude, I love. You remember Jurassic 5? Jurassic 5 was Jurassic 5?
Dope. Yeah,
Dude, Jurassic 5 is dope. They were like the Uncle Tom version of Wu-Tang Clan is the best way I can describe them. Tony Tuna?
Yeah,
No?
they're like to me comic
Most
book
Def?
nerd rap.
Yeah. But so was
Yeah.
Wu-Tang at points.
Kind of. Wu-Tang also, they'll rob you too.
They were like
You know?
anime. Yeah. Dude, yeah, all the
Jurassic,
guys from Jurassic 5 like went to Brown.
The guys from Jurassic 5 might like trade you like a superhero card, like Tops.
Yeah,
Like they'll
yeah.
trade you Gambit
They
or
they like all
Wolverine.
they like all went to Brown and like were
Yeah,
comic book
you
nerds.
know,
Yeah.
like Wu Tang, you might not be safe with some of them cats. Like some of those cats might be like,
Yeah. I like
"What's up?"
dude, I love Black Star. I love Black Star, fucking
Black Star's the
dude,
shit.
Most Def,
Yeah.
and I love pronouncing his name incorrectly because it makes people mad. Talib Kweli. I love me some Talib Kweli.
Yeah, he's good. He should have gotten all the clout that Common has. I think he's a better
Yeah,
rapper than
man.
Common.
Dude, Most Def is fucking fire. Both of the dude, that's what I
Mos Def is sick.
dude, that's what
You
I
know Pharoah Monch?
Yeah.
Pharoah Monch, another good one.
dude, that's what I didn't it was really confusing to me because when people told me they were like you need to go listen to rap, go find something you like, and I was like I fucking started with Eminem and I'm like, yeah, this is campy as fuck eventually, right? And then
Yeah.
I was like I got into the Jurassic 5 and then like Jurassic 5 plus Black Star fucking blew my mind cuz that was like 7 dudes like just going off for like 12 fucking minutes and I was like and they all I could understand what all of them were saying. Like everything was like enunciated very clear and it was very everything was deep as fuck and like it was giving me flashbacks to like philosophy classes and shit. And then that's when I made the move all the way over to like just Most Def and then I was like, "Oh shit, Black Star is just better like with both of them."
You should check out there's a record called Mood Doom, and they were from New York.
Okay.
And I can't remember if the name of the group was Mood or if it was Doom. I always forget.
Okay.
But the first song on the record is called Esoteric Manuscripts. I had it on vinyl.
Oh, that sounds familiar cuz I started getting into all that New York like philosophic rap.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're an era of lyricists in rap music.
Yes.
Like that's the thing that we're like
But that was-
gone from now.
So
like,
the thing I was getting mad at was like people were touting Kanye and fucking Jay-Z and Beyonce and I was like, "Do you fucking know Most Def?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, Most Def's good." I'm like, "Most Def shits on all of them." And
Yeah,
they're
but
like,
Jay-Z and
"Ugh."
Kanye definitely had a time.
they had
so-
time.
So
Because I love the first like 3 or 4 Kanye records. I love them.
just
Like, College
Just
Dropout
Blaze
was
better.
dope and shit.
Just Blaze better. Just Blaze is better than Kanye. Just Blaze is better than Kanye. And has always been better than Kanye, and Kanye will never be better than Just Blaze. And I love Kanye. It's just the thing. Talent level is
Listen, I have a thing.
different.
I've gone 2 hours without a cigarette. Do you think that I could maintain going to smoke a cigarette or what?
Yeah, just take your phone with you.
I'm doing
You're
it.
good. But
And
that's
it hurt my back.
but like my Asian sensibility couldn't understand, and I was also getting like new into the music world. I couldn't understand why people were like, I saw like when people told me they're like, "Oh no, there's talented rappers that are like also musicians and shit." I was like, I found them. Why are they not? Why are they not like the thing that's everywhere? Why is fucking Ja Rule getting pushed in my face when fucking Mos Def dropped 3 albums this year? Like
But Mos
this
Def
year.
is a musician too. He's actually a really
Yes.
good guitar player.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, dude. Watch. You can look it up. Mos Def and Just Blaze jamming, where like they're changing up instruments and looping all that shit. I was just like, I saw that shit when like the internet was new. I was like, yeah, why are these guys not on the fucking cover of every fucking magazine? Like these guys fucking kill everything they touch. Why? Why am I listening to fucking Master P right now on you know? Like I understand their place.
Yeah, his name too, though.
No, I love Master
yeah.
P. I understood their place, but people were putting like party music as
Yeah.
more talented than like literal poets and guys that were making fucking masterpieces. And I was just like, you know, the Asian analytical part, like it was just fucking hitting my head. And I'm like, it does makes nope nothing.
I've heard people
How?
say that the trajectory of hip hop has been like rock music, where you had like hair metal that was good, and then it got kind of crazy. It kind of like went off the rails,
Yeah,
and then like got
Grunge.
outlandish and silly. Hip hop has kind of gone that way, where party music took over, and it was good party music.
yes,
Like,
it
if
was
I hear
still
fucking-
good party music,
I hear Master P kick a
dude.
dun, dun, dun,
Dude.
dun. I'll get crunk as fuck. But
Yeah, man. Old 3-6 Mafia
it
too.
has its place. Like you said, it has its spot. But I think what happened is the party got so big. Then you went from that, now you got like Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci
Ugh.
Gang. Like that's a fucking song that went
Yeah.
out. That kid made money off that
Xanax,
shit,
Xanax rap. Yeah.
bro.
That's the whole thing. And the emo rap.
So weird. I don't
Like-
get it.
All the emo rap kids.
Oh, the emo rap thing, dude. At DB Studios, there was this kid trying to do emo rap like 5 or 6 years ago or whatever, like when he first opened.
Talking about
Yeah, and now that's a thing. And he's a homeless kid. He never broke. Never got big. He's been doing it for like 5, 6 years. He's like, I'm telling y'all, this is going to be the next big thing. White kid.
Is that like that Hobo Johnson kid?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I just heard that people were talking about emo rap, and I was like, the
There's a
homeless kid
named
was right?
Hobo Johnson, who does like angry, like my girlfriend broke up with me rap.
Yeah. Yeah,
Weird.
that's
It's-
literally
it's-
what this kid
the
does.
first thing I heard was interesting, and he does it with like a live band sometimes and shit too.
Yeah.
But it was interesting, and then but it's all the same kind of thing over and over again.
It's still,
At least
yeah.
that guy's.
No,
but-
the whole genre is
If
that.
you like emo music, I'm gonna send you that shit, Novalozo. I know you
Okay.
love that emo shit.
Yeah, dude.
Because his shit is kind of emotional. It is
Sometimes.
emotional.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I've heard those people, and I'm not interested in anything they have to say.
We'll see. I'll send you this.
Listen, "Cut my wrist and black my eyes" is the best emo line ever. They're never gonna top that shit.
Nobody fucking wants their eyes blacked by somebody who really knows how to black a fucking eye, though.
Well, I mean,
Nobody's like going to a kickboxer like black my eyes because he's gonna be like,
literally
okay,
the
well, take knuckles of my right hand and contact them to the bone in your orbital, and then your eye will be black for sure.
literally the name of that song is "Ohio is for Lovers," so that should tell you right there. Those kids don't know shit.
Like kickboxer, fucking.
They don't know no kickboxers. They just know that their dad saw the fucking Sopranos and he told him that his name is like Little Vinny now or whatever. That's all they fucking know.
Big pussy.
Big pussy,
One
yeah.
of the guys on the show.
Yeah. So I like know the characters a little bit, just because like I went to film school when that shit was big, so like I can't. I had to be aware of it. Yeah.
It's you know what I mean. It's well done. The coolest thing about it is I think I rewatched it like a year or two ago. It holds up well. You know what I mean? Just because the
Alright.
acting's so good.
Yeah.
It's one of those two where like you give it like the first handful of episodes to kind of let everybody find their groove, and then it starts rolling along. But it's like anything else, man.
They're doing
I don't have
real
a-
story building.
Yeah, they
They're
really.
doing
That's
real
what I
story
like about
building.
it. Like,
Yeah.
you watch a movie from the '70s, you might have like 15, 20 minutes of movie where
Dude,
there's no dialogue. They're doing build up.
Westworld.
Like, I haven't seen Westworld. I've heard that
From the
was. I don't have the
70s.
time. I don't have the patience to be like.
No.
Get into a shit.
No, not the show, the movie from the 70s. It's like,
Oh, I haven't seen that.
yeah, dude, it's Yul Brynner, bro. Yul Brynner.
Mm.
It's a good movie, and I can see why the guys that adapted it to an HBO series did it. And what I like about that, so it's like the music that I like, when I'm finally going to show you that Cult of Luna song that just drags you, like the serial killer has caught you, you're paralyzed, and he's dragging you through the swamp, but you're aware, like building that tension and storyline. Yeah, like they do that. Dude, Westworld is all that in the movie, and it's all that in the show, and it's good. It's good like that. And people complained about how slow it was, and I was like, you fucking uneducated cunts. Like, they're fucking trying to build a fucking complex story that your fucking tiny brain can goddamn conceive. Just fucking let them go.
Yeah, people have no attention span anymore.
Let them fucking tell the story. Let them get there. Venture
into
Brothers
it.
is canceled. I'm
I
also
heard
mad about
Westworld
that.
was good. I heard
Venture
Westworld.
Brothers. Venture Brothers is canceled. Fuck Adult
I
Swim.
I did see that.
That was a heartbreaker.
Those are the guys. Those were the real Adult Swim guys that like were telling a story. They were building, and they would take
That was a
2
good show.
years to do a 8-episode season too.
I've watched like a couple one-offs, but I never gave it like a good watch.
The story, like they connect everything really well.
Yeah, that's a great one. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the Venture Brothers back in the day, especially.
I had all the Venture Brothers
The
gear.
era of the Adult Swim fucking era that was like untouchable, bro. Like that Aqua Teen era, like early Aqua Teen when nobody knew about that shit,
Mhm.
where you felt like you were getting a treat, catching it late at night.
Yep.
You're like, oh, it's this weird shit.
Where you're like,
It reminded me. Remember Liquid TV?
Yeah.
Liquid television on
Dude.
fucking MTV with Aeon Flux and shit like that.
yes,
I love that shit.
it was literally.
Ion
It was overlapping too, because literally it was It was Aqua Teen was like the second thing that Adult Swim did because it was the Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yep.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and then you would maybe get an Aqua Teen episode.
Yeah.
I remember that shit. That was good. And that's there.
It used to be Space Ghost and then old cartoons from like, you know,
Yeah,
like, and then they made the space that fucking
Dude.
C Lab
No.
spin off of
Venture Brothers is before C Lab. It came out in 2017 years ago. They said it started 2003,
yeah.
bro. They were just literally
had-
a Johnny Quest ripoff.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had a handful of shows in that lineup, and then I almost feel like C Lab was like Venture Brothers came out, and then C Lab was almost like a like not an answer to it, but like it was like off of this like the same like nostalgia,
same people.
like, rip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
fucking
but they used like the actual Hanna-Barbera stills of people to
yeah.
make
was
the
so good.
animation. It was good.
I
Yeah,
like
man.
that shit.
Dude, people canceling. So that's the whole thing. Like the
Show Archer, too.
dude, Archer's good, but it's probably gonna fucking go because, or it's just gonna stay on FXXXX or whatever forever. Just
Yeah.
like It's Always Sunny is now on the 4th FX channel forever. But like people, like it's if it's not fucking WAP or Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, or fucking Black Lives Matter, fucking punching somebody at a restaurant, then it's not fucking worth being on TV right now. Like, there's no time for a story. It's we're past the point where like a 15-minute attention span, a 10-minute attention span, 1-minute attention span. So they're like 15-second attention span because you got your phone. And like if you can't get all the story in there in that time, like you're gonna get canceled. It's dumb. And that's why when
Yeah.
something that comes out that does where the people put in the money to give it time to grow, and like people have time to fucking tell their story, people are like, that's the greatest shit of all time. But when we were growing up, that was just every show. Every show had the time to grow. And the cool thing about artists and people that make shows like that is when they're doing that, they're giving you their life, right? They're showing you their life and their viewpoint and giving you perspective, right? Like, and you absorb it through art. And now I
Yeah.
feel like that art's not available, so people can't absorb perspective like that anymore. I don't know.
No, I
That's
know
just the
that's
thing.
I feel like so similar. Like you'd never have an All in the Family now. You'd never have a Jeffersons now, where they actually talk about different viewpoints of looking at the same situations. Like you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have that kind of conversation on TV now. Everybody just wants to be placated now and played nice to and stroked and given their trophy at the end of the show. Like that's all anybody wants. That's the common denominator has fallen.
Yeah.
That's the sad truth, man. Nuance. That's
Long
fading
form
away.
podcasts, like Joe Rogan is super successful because he's the
Yeah.
only one that just doesn't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's why any people subscribe to us at all is because you're watching a whole conversation, you know? We're having a
and
whole
I'll-
conversation. Yeah. Like I don't know, man. I feel like we share this more. I think that's a good point to kind of close it up on. Like we need more
Yeah.
longer attention spans, longer time to spread your art.
Learn
Yeah,
to
listen.
listen. That's what we all got to do better.
Yeah.
We all got to learn to listen a little more, man, and fucking chill the fuck out. Take it easy. Recognize that your neighbor's not your enemy.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that we're
Perspective.
fighting each other so much we can't look and see what these motherfuckers. How come it's 90-year-old millionaires that run everything?
Hmm. Get
How the
perspective.
come? Yeah, and we're all fighting each other in the street.
No.
It doesn't make sense. Over masks and fucking over. You know, we're assaulting our neighbors because of some shit that happened to other people in another city. Like
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
gotta narrow it down. Look at your community directly. Look at the people
Yep.
right in front of you and try and care for them and look at what that group needs and that community needs and take it from there. It starts at home, they say, Charity, right? Like you gotta give a fuck first right in front of you. And it's up to like our generation is like gonna take the reins real soon, man. We're gonna
Yeah.
be the ones like in charge of
We're
everything.
the boomers.
And it's a bunch of assholes.
I know.
Like, it's a
I
lot
know.
of assholes, man. So it's gonna be up to like, I guess, for lack of a better term, people who you know, can understand that level of nuance to say like, nah, it's not okay to
Let's
just
do
like
it.
steamroll everybody all the time.
Let's do it. Let's burn down the. I mean, flip the government.
Yeah, we need
Fuck
to
it.
have Alonso run.
Yeah, man. So I actually,
Whatever.
I wanna talk to you about that actually after we're done.
I really think we should fucking make a run at an
No, no,
office, dude, for
I
sure.
actually do want to talk to you about that, Alonzo, when we're done with the podcast. But on that note, um, LSD shirts, Patreon, please, Patreon. Like, I do this job for the Patreon, and we make $4 a month. Uh, woo, fucking rolling it in. Uh,
Casey.
yeah, thank you, Casey, our only Patreon subscriber. Yeah, and now that we've got a Discord channel too, that'll be available in the Discord. I'll have like a Discord exclusive stuff there. And actually, I think this is like, uh, I think like you can use this, right, Andrew? Right? Like,
Yep.
no, other co-host
Oh,
Andrew.
man.
Yeah, like you could type in here, right? Like you could chat with people.
I could bother my wife to come and fucking help us
Yeah, like
figure it
it's
out.
literally like when we get you a computer, like I'll get him in there. Like you can chat with him too. Like we'll have like a Patreon chat room where like if we're
Yeah,
in there,
I
like
like to hear
we'll
what
have
people think about our show. That's for
yeah,
sure.
we'll have times where like we'll chat and hang out with people. Like we'll video chat like this, and not live streamed or anything. We'll answer questions, whatever. It'll be cool.
Yeah,
A
like
lot. Where are you gonna be coming up? Where the Sons of a Tradesman gonna be?
Yeah, roll that again.
that. Um, Friday night we're at Johnny Brown's first time. Um, believe October 1st we're making our return to Crazy Uncle Mike's to celebrate. They do every year a week long celebration for their anniversary.
Love that
Last
dude.
year we kicked off the first night, so we're doing it again this year. So there'll be that. We got I think a Connolly show on the 19th of this month. It's next Saturday, I think. Um, and then coming up, like, when we get closer to like Thanksgiving, we'll have the pre-Thanksgiving show, and we'll do like a Christmas Eve type of show, and probably do a New Year's Eve somewhere too.
Nice.
Just trying to get all that figured out. But everybody follow us on Instagram, Sons of a Tradesman on Instagram, on Facebook. We post on there all the time, not only just about shows and events and things that we have, but other people's shows and stuff from other restaurants and bars and venues and petitions that people can sign and whatever the fuck else we can try and do to be helpful. So
Talk
my
about
only note will be,
talk about
don't be
that
a
save
dick.
the
Don't be a
stage
dick
one.
to people that are out here trying to survive.
Talk about
That's
that.
all we're trying to do, and we're trying to make people's day a little less shitty.
Talk
That's
talk
all.
about that save the
And anybody
stage
that
one.
wants to laugh should also follow Andrew personally because his videos are fucking hysterical. Even like
Amazing.
your little fucking like minute long and 30-second long ones, I
Those
love.
are the best
They're fucking
ones.
wrong. You definitely are achieving your goal of like making people happy and brightening days over here. I really enjoy your shit.
Well,
Across the
thank
board.
you, man. I try my best. I'm
Tell
pretty funny and lighthearted myself, so I think that
I love it. You need a fucking show.
hell yeah, man.
I've been
A
saying
show
this
right
for
here.
years.
Well, you have a home on LSD, bro. Anytime you want.
Come
Tell
on, dark side.
dude, tell him about that the petition. Was it like save the stage?
Yeah, save our stages. You can fill it out every day. It's real easy. You don't even have to type anything out besides your email. They send it on your behalf to whatever government sources it needs to go to based on your location. You just go
Mhm.
on once a day, type in your email, and hit fucking send. It helps out a lot of people. Please
Without
do.
sharing, yes.
Yeah, share it. And I should be sharing it every day. I know I'm sharing it like once a week right now. But you can go on there and do it every day. I do it in the morning when I poop and go on my phone, do all the things I got to do in the morning. But yeah, go on there. Also, if people are able, go to a county commission meeting and go and listen to these business owners talk and listen to how they're struggling and how they're begging for help and what we can do to help and really just be there to support them. And remember that these people have given guys like me, a place to live out our dreams and our fantasies,
Mhm.
and give other people a place to come and enjoy and watch and
Yeah.
interact with us
Go
and
one.
just be normal people. And I think that's important. And
Don't.
for anybody to say that we just flat out shouldn't be doing that, I mean, I think everybody that is doing it, for the most part anyway, is doing it under the rules and guidelines provided. These are people that have ran businesses their whole lives. they've gone and sought the appropriate licenses, the appropriate funding, and everything to be able to run their businesses, and that's the way that they sustain their families, and they should
Yeah.
have a right to do so. And they sustain many other families through their business. So be
Yeah.
nice, don't be a dick,
Well, I
take
think
care of take care of the hand that feeds you.
hell yeah. I think everybody should go to the county commissioner meetings while these store or these business owners are going, not only to hear their story and hear what they're saying, hear that they're asking for reasonable requests and it's literally falling on deaf ears. Everybody should go see that and realize that 4 out of the 8 seats are up for election on that board. And I'm not saying you should vote red because they're all blue. I'm saying you should vote for somebody that's not them, that's not getting $200,000 worth of funding, because that's coming from somewhere. You should be getting the people,
Show
or
them a consequence for this like lax
exactly, yeah.
in
Show
their
them,
duty.
yeah, show them that the people that are just dumping hundreds of thousands of dollars into their pocket to try and just be another puppet on there aren't going to be the ones that need to make changes. It should be, the people. When you see like an independent guy running up against the Republican that raised 150,000 and the Democrat that raised 500,000 for a seat for 4 years on for a job that pays them $75,000 to $80,000 a year, like that's a thing. Like that's corruption right there. That's buying a politician. Yeah, like in the independent guy, he raised $50,000 from like people in the community. Those are the he got $50,000 probably like by like 10, 20, $100 here and there. That's a lot of people that want to see that person take that spot instead of that purchased fucking
Seats are out there to be
asshole.
had, man.
Yeah,
People want to
man.
go out and vote. Anybody that goes online and takes the time to bitch, I better see them casting votes.
Yeah, yeah. Get out every single person in the Palm Beach County Commissioner's office. They're all none of them want your best interest. They all are just lining their pockets.
No politician does, man. There's very few. There's very few who give a fuck.
Crenshaw,
Have to
Crenshaw,
show consequence.
Crenshaw. Uh,
Vote them out.
Vote
And
out Crenshaw.
to my fellow musicians out there, take the time to be bold, and
Don't
be fearless. Don't conform. I think it's a time that we're the ones that we're fearless and will shine the brightest when
Yeah,
it's all
man.
said and done. So
Hell yeah.
as far as me and my camp, we're gonna keep doing our thing. We've always been a little reckless. We've always been a little too much to handle, and I like that, and I think that people like that. And if they don't, we're not your flavor. That's okay. You're allowed to like whatever you want.
Hell
But
yeah.
we love doing this shit. So this is the way that we love doing it, and it's the way that we're gonna keep fucking doing it. And we'll be here when it's all said and done.
Nobody got into this music shit to follow the rules. So I think what you're doing is, I mean, that's what the fuck it's about, man. You said it the other day online. Fucking, we need outlaws, man. And unfortunately, now it makes you an outlaw to think for yourself. And I'm fucking glad. I'm glad there are so many people like yourself
Hmm.
just fucking fighting that fight, man. Well,
Absolutely. I got Waylon Jennings tattooed on the top of my wrist. Remind me every day.
fuck yeah. Fucking well, shit, guys. This has been another great conversation on the LSD Network. Come check out our Patreon. Check us out. Like, subscribe, share us with your friends if you've enjoyed this podcast. Get us out there. We're at 60 subscribers. It would be a dream if we could get to 100 before the Christmas holiday.
Yes.
Thanks again, kids.
All
Be good.
right. Bye.
Later.